Welcome everybody to M1TQ Demo Day for batch number 2. Woo! I'm really happy to see you all here, all the crowd. We have, it seems, survived the COVID times and are able to meet again. But maybe some things which are really good for these kind of events is that we're also live on Facebook. So give a big applause to the people watching us at Facebook as well. The startups in the audience, because of these kind of demo days and these kind of events, pull a lot of attention towards you. Please use it widely. Make a lot of noise on social media, tweet, post on Facebook, Instagram, do whatever you want, and use the hashtags provided here. So you pull the attention to the event itself, to yourself, and invite all of your friends to watch the Facebook Live as well. Your grandmothers, your grandfathers, parents, cousins, everybody, to see how you're going to do today when pitching on the stage. But before we start, we have welcoming words by Dr. David Sahakyan. Please come on the stage. The stage is yours.
Hello, nice to see you here, and I'm very glad actually to see all of you here in the last day of this session, because at first day I was here and saw many interesting and attractive startup projects, and from one side, fortunately, 7 startups came to this stage, but unfortunately only 7 came to the last stage. But I hope that next time we will have more and more startups. I would like to say that it's the first time this year we are organizing this kind of supportive program for accelerations in Armenia, which will call collaboration with Armenian accelerators, and all startups that passed the acceleration program in Armenian accelerators will have a chance to participate to our ministry's grant program. So please follow us, I mean our ministry's page and Facebook page and website, and in upcoming 2-3 days, you will see the new announcement. And these 7 startups that today will participate and pitch their demos, they will have unique opportunity to apply to our granting program. So please follow and use this chance to win another 5 million dirhams, which is, I think, a lot for especially idea level startups. You know that our ministry is doing from idea to business startup granting and supporting program. Now in TV you can watch the pitches every Sunday or Saturday. So for today, I would like to wish you good luck, and let's see who will win. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sahakyan. This is really true that if the government supports the startups as well, you will have a booming ecosystem. But we have more of welcoming words from Digitain. Mane Varosyan, please.
Thank you. Ուզում եմ ողջունել բոլորիդ այստեղ մեր Digitain-ի բեմում։ Ուզում եմ հաջողություն մաղթել մեր 7 ստարտափերին։ Ստարտափերի հետ երկար ճանապարհ անցանք, նախորդող մի քանի ամիսների ընթացքում տեսանք նրանց գաղափարների ծնունդից մինչև իրականացում ու շատ ուրախ ենք, որ 7 ստարտափ հասան այս փուլին ու լիահույս ենք, որ դեռ ապագայում կլսենք ձեր բոլորի հաջողությունների մասին ու կտեսնենք ավելի բարձունքների եք հասնում։ Մենք Digitane-ում շատ միտված ենք աջակցելու ստարտափերին եւ ընդհանուր մեր ներդրում ունենալ ընդհանուր Հայաստանի ստարտափ էկոհամակարգի զարգացմանը եւ այս ծրագրի շարունակականությունը դրա բառապացույցներից մեկն է եւ հույս ունեմ դեռ շատ ստարտափերի մենք կաջակցենք ապագայում։ Շատ շնորհակալ եմ եւ հաջողություն եմ մաղթում բոլոր ստարտափերին, ովքեր այսօր կունենան փիչեր եւ անհամբերությամբ սպասում ենք տեսնել հաղթողին։ Շնորհակալություն։
Thank you. I would translate if I would have understood to the people in the Facebook as well, but it's okay, it's okay. But let's get to the meat of the matter in a way, why we are here today. So it's all started with an amazing hackathon where 30 different teams were formed. We had over 167 participants, and this was one of these kind of like biggest hackathons Garage 48 has actually organized. So thank you for Armenia that you guys put such a great event together. Give yourself a big applause. What we loved about this hackathon was that not only were there student teams, but there were really teams from different levels, professionals, students. And what we are about with these kind of hackathons is we want to also bring people together from different fields of life or professional life, to bring together designers, engineers, people who do business, are specialists in a certain field to solve problems. And when we heard bringing ideas to businesses, then on these kind of events we bring ideas to working prototypes. It's a very small step in the beginning of the journey, but it's a very important step. And why we have done it already over 12 years. We started in Estonia, then we went to Latvia, Finland. We have been in Belarus, we have been in Ukraine, we have been even to Africa and then the Middle East countries. And we have gone there to bring this kind of a mentality that you don't need, in the beginning, big investments, or you don't need huge like office spaces. You can just get together with a little number of people who really want to build something and solve a problem, and you can do with a really short time something really valuable. And the value of this kind of outcome is that you create a prototype which can, in a way, show your idea. How can we solve a problem? But it also makes people come together and work with each other and network. So this is super important. But to really see and show, we should take a look back, because there is an after movie made after the hackathon. Please roll the tape.
Joyride, a hit and run. I thought I liked you, thought I was fun. I'm moving on down the road. Watch me as I go, watch me as I go. Should I love you both ways before you cross me, baby? 'Cause I don't break for boys.
Let's give him a big round.
I'm moving on.
We're not only
Thank you so much. So the next thing why we're here today is that out of 14 teams who finished the hackathon, we have 7 who have gone through the acceleration program and who are still alive, which is a wonder, because if you think that people meet at a hackathon in a quite random manner and then they create something which will survive and live on, give them a big applause. We have MoodMap, Shortcut Master, Locked In, Handy Talk, FPF, Signlang, and OQNI presenting today. These are, and they will be competing for the grand prize. We will have a jury. It is an international jury. We have Linda Rin Veras, Grigor Asoyan, Vahan Hovsepian, me, myself, from Estonia too. Some of the jury members are online and we have some investors as well. We all will be looking at different parameters like team, like the potential of the idea, like the pitch today, the effort you have put into during this time, and we will be giving our marks, and through that we will know who will win. And I mentioned already that there are evaluation criteria like solution, business model, the team achievements, progress, and demo we'll be looking at. We'll also have quite a bit to win, because the main prize is $10,000 on equity-free cash. Isn't that amazing? Woo! Because there will be investors in the audience watching the pitches as well, both online and offline. There are potential investments to be won. We also have a couple of things like marketing consultancy from Gradus Solutions. We have legal consultancy from Step Consulting, and branding and marketing strategy from Coris Marketing. So all these prizes are to be won. Woo! But before we start, there is something really important I want to highlight. I want us all to thank and give a big applause to the lady behind the program, Mariam. Yes, without you this wouldn't happen. We wouldn't be here today. This is super important, that there is always somebody behind these kind of initiatives who drives the initiative, does, even when sometimes people say them not to do this or that is a bad idea, has this perseverance and goes through walls to actually do things. This is very entrepreneurial and exactly what is needed at startups. Thank you so much, Mariam. And then Mariam asked me to give you a couple of words as well. So I will talk a little bit about myself as an entrepreneur and my journey, but also maybe a little bit about Estonia and Armenia, because I do see that the countries are a little bit similar in its nature. So, hey, I actually didn't introduce myself in the beginning, to do it now. My name is Priit Saluma. My background is in math and computer science. I started my studies back in 1998 at Tartu University. It's a university back in Estonia in math. And during last 20 years, before even starting my current company, I've mostly been working as a software engineer or a product engineer or building my own companies. So I worked, for example, as a software engineer at one of the first 2 unicorn startups in Estonia called Playtech. I worked also at Nokia at some point for my own companies, and one startup which failed miserably, which was an amazing lesson and good learning point for me regarding fundraising and traction. And I also have built, now I'm building a 3rd company. The first one I built when I was a math student on my 3rd year of studies in Tartu. We wanted to build something which would, like, it was a hobby project basically, but we wanted to build something which has a real value. And we were thinking that it would be nice if people could know how to get from one end of the city to the other end, especially if they're new to town, and would know what kind of bus lines to take, where to change, and walk between the stops. Basically what Google Maps does for you today if you go anywhere traveling. We were doing that year 2000, an online application based on Tartu city data, and it worked. And after that, we built this kind of public transportation information system for Tartu, and also wider. It was later used the algorithms in Tallinn and so on and so forth. The second company I started exactly after this kind of like a huge crash of a startup where I was working for, end of 2009. The company is called M1TQ. The company still thrives today, but I'm not working there anymore myself. So this company built software products for, if you don't know, companies like TransferWise or Wise, if you know Bolt maybe, Swedbank. We built products for a big German pharmaceutical like Merck Group. But after 10 years building products for others, I thought that I really would like to build something myself again, a product, and do something different and look for a new challenge. And then I took myself off of the payroll of my previous company 3 years ago and started to look for a new challenge. First, I took my time off. I wrote an evening stories book for my children. It took me a couple of months. Then I organized another hackathon here or there, started a non-profit like Garage 48 was a while ago. And at some point, I really felt this urge that I want to build another business. I want to build something which creates something positive in the world and is something I have done myself. So this is the reason why I started to look for the new challenge. And I only had a couple of criteria. First, it can't be boring. And the second thing, it needs to have a positive impact on the world and cross borders, and meaning not in Estonia, but other countries as well. And this is the reason why I ended up by finding people and starting a company called Better Medicine. And the Better Medicine is an AI startup or a company. And what we do is that we help radiologists. These are the doctors who diagnose cancer from images like X-rays and computed tomography. We help the radiologists to diagnose cancer, to find the cancer in human body and to quantify or measure it. So we would know how big are the nodules and how is the disease progressing over time. So we're building this kind of automated solutions to help the radiologist to find nodules, measure them, and classify them, are they malignant or not. And I've been building this company for 2.5 years now, and this hasn't been an easy ride. And my one recommendation, anybody who wants to start their own business, is that you really need to feel the urge to do that, because it's very hard work. And if you don't put the work in, you will not succeed. So, for example, how we started is that first we mapped out with my co-founder Martin 4 different challenges out in the radiology world, and then I went and started to validate them. Like you know, by the book, you should go and ask if there is actually a problem. Or is it only Martin's problem, or is it somebody else's problem, and is it the problem in UK, in Finland, in Sweden, in Croatia, or maybe even Armenia. So I spent 3 months in talking to radiologists from 12 different countries to really understand, is there a clinical need for something what Martin thought would be a good idea. And as it turned out, we had 4 different ideas and only one survived. So, and this idea, what we're currently working on, survived. But maybe this is quite enough about my own journey, and maybe we should speak a little bit about Estonia, and who knows how many unicorn startups does Estonia, and do you know what a unicorn startup is? Unicorn startup is a company which is valued at $1 billion. So do you guys know how many unicorn startups Estonia has? Somebody shows the right answer. 11. I thought it was 10, but well, okay, maybe it's already 11. I knew it would be 10. If you think about it, the country is tiny. We are like, how to say, Estonia is like Yerevan. We're 1.3 million people. Yerevan is like 1 million, and the country is 3 million in total. So we are 2.5 times smaller than Armenia. But when you compare us to London, then we're just maybe one part, or Berlin, we're just one city district of Berlin. And somehow the city district has 10 unicorn startups. How come? Also what we have today, and what we can say, that we have most unicorn startups per capita, but also we have most VC or venture capital investments flowing into the country and into the startups per capita as well. Of course, it's per capita very simple to say, because if you have such a small country, then most likely Luxembourg is also very high up per capita on certain statistics. So, but I think there are a couple of reasons why this is. First, these 10 unicorns didn't appear overnight. Estonian startup ecosystem has been building itself over 20 or more than 20 years. This has taken time and a lot of work. There has been a lot of failed startups. There have been a lot of, I would say, a long time spent on working on the companies. And next to each unicorn, we have like maybe 100 companies or 1,000 companies which have failed. But there are a couple of things where I see that Estonia and Armenia are kind of similar. So, in a way, we can both say that we are very small. We can both say that we have complicated neighbors. And we can both say, just to say at least, we can both say that we are open to the world. And I think all these kind of factors actually, to be like being small can be a weakness, but being small can be also a strength. So for example, when I say being small can be a weakness, is that in Estonia we have a saying that Estonia is a country, but not the market. So to like do really business, you should go outside of Estonia right away. Like from day one, you're not going to build a solution for Estonia, but you're going to build a solution for Europe or US. So if you think about it, this kind of smallness or tininess gives you an environment where you can develop things really quickly, can test them out, because you can walk to a deputy minister and say, look, I have this idea, but we can't do it because it's illegal. Maybe we can change something in the law. So for example, our e-residency program or some kind of laws are quite shaped flexibly based on the input from the startup community as well. Smallness helps, pushing you out from the country, meaning that you need to build global businesses from day one, but also this kind of openness helps. We oriented ourselves towards the West and the Western world, where there are like rich countries, pretty early on. And this, together with being open, going global, and being small and going global, helped us a lot. So I believe that countries like us, when we are open and when we truly want to do global things, we will succeed. So this is my recommendation to everybody, and my hope that one day both us, Estonia and Armenia, can stand on a global stage, and while being small, we are much bigger because of our ambitions. While being small, we're open, because when we're open to others, they will be open to us as well, and this helps us building global businesses. That's it. Thank you so much, and thank you for having us over. Without further ado, this is now showtime. We will have each of the 7 startups giving a 3-minute pitch, and then having 5 minutes from the questions from the jury, both offline and online. The online jury can write the questions into the chat, if I'm not mistaken, or speak up if their microphones are on, and offline jury will just raise their hand. And do you have a microphone? Does the jury have a microphone? You have a loud voice. But for the audience to listen as well, maybe let's organize a microphone to the jury as well, offline jury as well, if possible. So, we will start now without further ado. I will also take my own paper just judging. The first startup up is MoodMap. Please come on the stage.
Thank you. Can I have a pointer? Yes, you can have a pointer. Thank you. Hello. 1 minute, please. Imagine if all your employees could perform at the same level as your best one. Well, it all starts with a word, and it's definitely not my idea. The Bible, Quran, and Torah are impacting people's lives through decades because of their properly chosen words. Now is the time for AI to do so. MoodMap is an AI-based solution for call centers that analyze your cases, understand the unsuccessful ones and the causes of it, then separate the successful ones and similarities between successful cases. Then it gives live suggestions to the agents how to speak and what to say to maximize the probability of success. But one may notice that it's too difficult for a small team to build, and definitely a bad choice for MVP. That's why, through analyzing the market, we identified the main problems we can solve right now. The market is overloaded with many calls that are always repeating. There are very high turnover rate. It's like 45 out of your 100 employees will leave your company within a year. There are a long training time with a big cost of it, and also audit of a big team that main part are new is a very hard thing. That's why our script map will give suggestions to your agents what to say and to follow the script. Live suggestions will give suggestions how to shape his speech. Statistics and data will let you manage your team, and eventually automated answers will help you to reduce the quantity of calls at all, and also the quantity of agents in the company. Here you can see a contact center software market size with a CAGR of 21.6% and service available market over $30.5 billion right now only in English. Also you can see our target market. What we plan to do, first of all, we want to launch MoodMap in Armenia in a call centers that are working for US market. There are over 20,000 customers right now, like 20,000 agents right now in Armenia. And our business model will be B2B sales with direct sales and digital marketing, and main revenue streams will come from subscription and in-app purchases for a deep analyzed data. What we do have now, it's a demo with 7 working AI models, cooperation with one of the biggest companies in the Russian market, and validated features and etc. Here is our team with 5 great data analysts and me as a PM with a background of psychology and customer care in Philip Morris International. We need investment to cover the spheres that we are not professional in. And eventually, understanding the human speech and behavior will open an opportunity to conquer the markets that have a high value right now, but are still open. Thank you very much.
Questions from the jury. Can we also see the jury online on the screen if we can?
1, 2. Can we? Yeah, great. So, thank you for the presentation. Can you tell me what was your achievement, the progress in the acceleration?
Okay, thank you for the question. MoodMap was created right here some months ago during the mid-hackathon. We didn't even know each other before coming here. And we started our company, and right now, on the first day, we just showed the one model of emotion detection and don't even know what to do with it. Right now, we have validated features. We have pre-made agreements with, for pilot. Also, we have cooperation with Quint.io that will open us like 100 plus company success in Russian market like Sber and Alpha Bank. And also we have 7 working models right now. After a presentation, we can show you a demo in our notebooks because we don't have a time for here for it.
Can you mention also a few of them from these models?
Of course, it is first of all emotion detection, speech to text, sentiment analyze, checking the similarity of question. I don't remember because I'm a psychologist. Any other questions, please?
As well, so do you think that it could be developed into a modular solution to be integrated in other CRMs as well?
Of course, I can try to show that to you. Let me show it 1 minute. Where is our vision? So what we want to do, first of all, we want to, our first AI model will understand who is calling. The other model is summarizing. Summarize the previous answer to the client, show to the agent, that one, and also show the status of agent and give the call to that agent who is probably the best choice to answer. That is why the integration with CRM is like very important for us. Do we have other questions from there?
There is a question from the jury online as well. Can we hear you? Can you try to speak?
Yes. Hopefully you guys can hear me
Yes,
as well.
we can.
Thank you for the presentation. Just a quick question with regards to, firstly, how does it work with regards to language requirements? And are there any particularities in that regard? And secondly, have you done like a competitive analysis as well for this particular market? And because there's a lot of different companies in the call center market already, so how do you guys fit into the current market?
Thank you for that question. First of all, we started with a competitive analysis. We find companies in US, for example, Cogito AI, who is doing live suggestions, did a demo with them. We find a Klaus app that suggested us one of our jury right now, and we booked a demo with them. Also, we had a cooperation that I have mentioned with Quint. Quint is a company that are accepting 1 million calls per month, and they are doing like cold calls too, and automated calls too, but for Russian market. That's why we decided to cooperate with them to give them our emotion detection and other AI models to get their automated answers. So we did a lot of competitive analysis. So I can share in my LinkedIn today, for example.
Woo!
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Clicker as well, very good. Super good. Shortcut Master is next up. Where are you guys, girls? Shortcut. Oh, they're online. Oh, very good. They're online. So can we see them on the screen?
Online, yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Go.
Hello. Hello. So almost every creative software has at least 150 shortcuts. But do you know how many are actually used? Survey shows that the majority of designers only use 10 shortcuts, which is 6%. But why? because memorizing random key combinations is hard and boring. So we came up with a solution. Shortcut Master. Excuse me, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Everything is fine. Just continue.
Hello? Oh, everything. Yeah. So, when you use your mouse in the software you work in, it shows you the keyboard shortcuts that you should have used instead. It's like Grammarly, but for creatives. Now, the learning process is integrated into your workflow, and there is no more need to look up shortcuts on the cheat sheet. On the screen, you can see how Shortcut Master works with Adobe Photoshop. We also made it smart. Our AI analyzes which actions you perform and gives you tailored suggestions on which new shortcuts can save you time, meaning productivity. Our tool is integrable with other software as long as they have API to connect with. On the market, there are two alternatives that you could use. Those are silicon mats and dedicated keyboards. Both can be used only with one software, and none of them provide any feedback to the user. Creative person usually uses more than one software, so you end up piling up keyboards or silicon mats. We plan to start with art and design universities. There are around 2,000 colleges that offer film or design studies in North America alone. By reaching just 2% of them at $4.99 per student, we could obtain an MRR of 100K. Shortcut Master is a team of 4, a hustler, a developer, a designer, and a product engineer, all aligned with one vision: make learning shortcuts enjoyable. During the accelerator, we did the target audience research, developed our app and the website. We also released an alpha version of our app already. Our plans afterwards are to launch our first pilot with a university and finish our smart keyboard as extension software. After that, we plan to launch a crowdfunding campaign for our smart keyboard. We are looking for partner universities and other institutions who teach Adobe Photoshop to pilot our software. Software has come a long way in 30 years, but most people keep learning shortcuts like it's 1988. Join us on a quest to be the long-awaited revolution in this field and help creatives become more productive. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now questions to the jury.
Well, Mr. Lobanov, have you succeeded to make some shortcuts during the work with your teams? Did you make it?
Excuse me?
So it was a long story of your team working with you and developing this project. So have you succeeded to make any shortcuts with working with them in this process? Have you made it?
Did your team learn any shortcuts
really
in this program?
the questions.
Did your team learn?
Yes. Yes, we did, by the way, as we developed the first alpha version and it's working with Photoshop. So now it's every time I do some designs, I'm learning new shortcuts basically every time.
Actually, the question was about the synergy in the team. How short you are with them and how close you are with them to develop the next stages of your project. Do you think that it is harmonized, there is an understanding of future steps, etc.?
Yes, I would say positive about that because our team is working very well. We are located in different countries. It's Estonia, Spain, Armenia, and USA at the moment. And we are taking the all remote approach. But we have regular meetings. We are all the time in contact and working towards the goal. We understand that this is a marathon, and we're in a long way, on a long run.
Linda online has a question.
Yeah, I was wondering how kind of certain are you guys that your target group is willing to pay for this? I think a lot of these similar features, for example, Grammarly, they're available for free, and I think that there's a lot of things that they can kind of do on the side as well. So what is your kind of research tell you about their readiness to pay for it? And then secondly, I guess kind of piggybacking on that in a little way, like how big do you think that the company can get? And then is there kind of an idea to kind of develop the product further into like a fully fledged kind of platform view, or is this going to be more like a feature working with other companies?
So, I mean, there is this problem, it is established, and both have this problem as new learners and also professionals that work with, for the example, in design for already many years, with whom we conducted the survey, and they have this problem that they don't know shortcuts. 50% of them used, I think it was around 10 of them, and so, which means that there is a need. About if they are willing to pay, so we have two segments of customers that we're planning to research. One are the universities, and the second one are the design and marketing agencies who are very interested in keeping their designers and other personnel very productive. So in one of these ways, we would definitely have a goal, but this needs an extra research. We haven't established yet the exact prices and the readiness of the customers to pay for the service.
I hate to say this, but the time for questions is up. Thank you so much for the questions. I actually have one more question I want to ask. I know, Dima, that you came from Estonia to this hackathon here. What made you? Why did you come to Armenia?
Thank you for the question. The thing is that I had a research, like almost a decade-long research for an idea which would be scalable. It would be a real problem to solve. And as soon as I had it, I felt that it is time to start developing it. As everybody said, that you have to do it in 48 hours. If you don't do it, then it's not a good idea. So in the only hackathon that I saw was in Armenia Bar Garage 48, which I am a fan of. So I bought the tickets and came, and amazingly found a team, and everything worked out better than I expected.
Thank you so much. Give them a big applause. Armenia is a beautiful country to come here. But the next team up is Locked In.
Thank you. Sorry. Look at these people. And imagine how easy it would be for each of them if they had a place to leave their extra stuff. Hi everyone, I'm Edita from Locked In. We've noticed a couple of problems in our current society. First, our city is known for its abundant number of tourists, regardless of the season. And they often leave their belongings at airports or wheel them around with them. Second, people carry around items that they don't need at the moment. Third, passing items to others is notoriously hard to arrange. So we came up with the solution to this. We're providing you a mobile app connecting you to a network of physical lockers. Using our lockers, you can store, exchange, and transport your items safely and conveniently. We offer a logged-in app that works with smart lockers, which will enable tourists to use the services we offer, thanks to which they will able to feel more comfortable, leave their goods in a safe place, and explore the cities more freely. During Accelerator, we were able to understand our global problem and provide the right solution. We made our clear business plan. We have a clear target audience. We did rebranding, and we have had meetings with our future partners. We have several options for cooperation. We're going to work on our MVP, conduct some tests, and install lockers. Until 2028, we will have about 150K users and 330K income. We're looking for $97,500, for which we offer 15% to the investor. We remain steadfast in our goal, and we believe in our idea. So the only thing left for you to do is come and lock a deal with us. Logged in is us. Thank you.
Thank you. Questions from the jury?
So much. Do you have any working one, so we can see any solution we can see already, or not yet?
Well, honestly, right now in this pitch deck, we're just telling you about what we've done. It's a little short, actually. But yes, we've done a lot of job, and we have already our partners in the future, of course. We were talking to them, and it's not one company, it's several. Actually, if you want, I can just say it. What is it? And yes, right now we have landing page. About after a few days, we will have our website, and everything is in process right now. And we just need some, I can say it, investment or donation for get our idea in real life. I mean, yes, we worked in our application, but of course for cooperation and for lockers, well, we need some help, can I say.
There is a question in the online.
Yeah, just to kind of clarify, is the solution already for existing lockers that are already kind of distributed among cities, and your application just shows where they're based and where you could leave your things? Or are you additionally making or ordering your own lockers as well, and then providing them with a smart lock? Or where is the innovation kind of, or your IP in this sense kind of located?
Actually, I can say like this: if we will work, and we will actually, with some companies that they already have their locations, but our application will help to people not go too near to the locker, be somewhere and find in our interactive map there around them some lockers, and they can book, go and put their stuff. And what about AP? Of course, the companies, they already have, as I said, one company is only working for making lockers. We have two options actually for that. We can work with already existing lockers that already have, for example, we can just use their some boxes, and we can make our lockers, but they already have, as I said, their own locations. So yes, we thought about that, and yes, we will have IP addresses and everything there is actually.
There is one question in the jury here as well.
You mentioned some amount of money you need for start, and which part goes for hardware and which part for software? You want to start also with hardware, like placing some lockers?
Can you repeat, please?
What for do you need it?
What for, you mean investment?
Yes.
Well, as I said, we need for that, yes, for lockers, actually, for rent them. I can say it like this. And we have to get some workers because our team is not so big. We need some professionals or, well, yeah, something like that. And, well, yes, for that. And actually, we can show to the investor our business plan, and of course, after that, investor can make a decision. But
Okay.
that's all we have in a paper.
Okay, thank you so much. Give them a big applause.
Thank
Time
you.
for questions is up. Next up is Handy Talk.
Hello everyone, my name is Mukherjee, I'm from TreeSmart. Please raise your hands. How many of you loves watching YouTube, Netflix and other stuff on social media? Yeah, many of you. Actually, do you know that there are about 466 million people in the world that cannot feel that joy? This is the 5% of all the humankind. And actually, for the 90% of them, the sign language is the main way of the communication. And the problem is that the social media content is not accessible for them, and they have big problems. Here comes the HandyTalk. HandyTalk is an ultimate software that converts the ordinary media's audio into the sign language, so makes it accessible for the deaf people. As a validation and future purposes, we have communicated with professionals, and they agreed on testing and enriching our database for future uses. So our business model is a B2B, so we are going to sell this as a subscription-based model to our partners. They are going to be TV companies, TV channels, social media content creators, and so on. And actually, many of Armenian public channels and also interpreters agreed to work with our project and use them in their everyday usage. And for the end users who are deaf people, it is going to be completely free. Our team consists of 6 enthusiasts from National Polytechnical University of Armenia who are capable of solving engineering problems, and we have working experience for more than 5 years in the sphere. And as a future plan, we are going to analyze the market more in deep, improve our MVP, more negotiations with our customers, and later on launch our alpha product. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. This was fast. You still have 1 minute left. Questions from the jury? Let's start with that.
Well, we have still enough time to the questions and also to your presentation maybe. So a bit more about the solution itself. How do you want to make it?
Yeah, actually the solution is an extension, or it can be a separate app. For example, if you are a deaf people who is a deaf man who is walking around the city, when you have listened to something, then you can switch on your application and start signing everything for that. So here comes the microphone and also other stuff as well. If you are going to browse in the social media, then this is going to be as an accession, as a pop-up window, as you saw in the demonstration part, and it is going to real-time translate the sound, the speech into text, and later on into sign language. Right now we have more than 100 words in our database, and we are going to enrich them continuously.
That was also not only for the words, but also for the video, right? For
yeah,
graphics.
From the video, yeah. Sorry for interrupting. Actually, from the video, our software separates the audio part that should go out from your speakers, from your computer speaker or your telephone speaker. And later on, the AI converts this speech into text, and this converts to sign language.
I guess you still don't have any solution, but you're talking about the solution, so you imagine how it will be, right? Do you have it, something?
Yeah, we have it. What you have seen, that was actually in real-time translation. And also I would like to show you the pre-alpha version. The video should convert, and this actually science in real time as well. With one hand, it was easier, so we demonstrated in that one as well. But if we go back actually to the solution part, here, this small person science in real time.
What have you done during the acceleration program?
During the acceleration, we mostly took the technical part to second stage because we had the clear plan what we are going to do and started negotiations with public TV channels and also entrepreneurs. And actually, they agreed on working with that. And right now, we are searching for a marketer who will help us to make this visible for more people.
Mm-hmm. Who do you see? What is your customer profile? Who is going to pay for that?
Yeah, actually, TV channels who have wide audience and also streaming platforms like Netflix. For example, Netflix has more than 220 million people who are paid subscribers for them. And this is about the 3% of the humankind. And with our product, we are going to increase this with about 7%, this audience. And actually, I think they are going to be ready for that. And also, as a validation, we have talked to entrepreneur who has about 1 million subscribers in YouTube, and he agreed to use that as well.
Excellent. We have one question from the online jury.
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to ask about the journey towards clients like Netflix. Right? Because in order for them to use your solution, I guess it needs to be at a very kind of high level of product readiness and engineering readiness. So whilst you're kind of developing still your product and polishing it, you know, who are the customers along the way and what's the kind of the short-term go-to-market? Is it kind of, as you just mentioned, is it like YouTube kind of creators that you'd be working with, or you know, will they pay for it as well, or is it just like a feature for you to develop it? So how do you kind of foresee the short term?
Yeah, in short term, we are going to focus on smaller audience. Actually, this can be the entrepreneur itself who has a YouTube account, and he will agree to work with that. And if it goes wider, then we will be able to reach up to YouTube and so on, directly to them and work with them as well.
Thank you so much. It seems that we don't have any more questions. Give them a big applause. Thank you. Next up is FBF. There is a microphone. Do you need a clicker? Yeah, sure.
Hi everyone. So we are FBF and we are offering a device which is transferring ordinary text to Braille. So people with blindness or visual impairment have so many problems in their life, which is just tiny things for those who can see. They have limited quantity of books and reading materials, they can't use phones, and they can play games. So it's a huge problem for them. So we are, thanks to our innovative technology, we can transfer every type of text to Braille and give them ability to live their life with full faith. And our device is also required for people who need it and approved that working concept. So our solution can give unlimited number of books connected. It can be connected with terminals and smartphones and give ability to scan any text, anytime, anywhere, and read everything to people with blindness. So currently we have only one real competitor at the market called Smart Beetle. Nevertheless, our device have many advantages. Smart Beetle works only in text in English and the text that has previously their translation to Braille, while M1TQ works with every type of text in any language. Our device is cheaper and easier to use. So there are 338 million people with blindness or visually impaired. Around 3.5 million students have blindness in United States, and 700K plus students are schoolboys and schoolgirls under 4th grade. So to reach them, we are planning to sell our device directly to the customer, but our business model can work as well as B2B and B2G types. So our team consists of 7 talented members. Me, myself, awarded as Best IT Student in Armenia in 2021 and Best Engineer of Polytechnical University at 2022. So this is the roadmap. We have already won some hackathons, some forums, and have 2 offers for investment, and one of these offers is from Estonia. During Mixed Acceleration program, we have updated our business plan, switched some prototypes models, switched the programming language, and do a lot of other stuff. And we are planning to start our sales at the end of 2023. So for that, we need investment around 300,000 euros for making first round of our prototypes, start sales, and the part of it will be also spent by PR marketing and to update our project. So we are, in one word, we are just a group of students who named their team after the memory of their friend who died in war in Armenia, and request your support to make the world better for all people who need it. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you. Jury?
You mentioned the base solution is text to braille, but what is the advantage when we will have, for example, text to speech?
So it's a most asked question to us, why not speech what braille? So during our conversations with people who have blindness, they said that when we are transferring from text to speech, the noise is really annoying for them. And let's imagine that our technology is integrated to the microwaves or fridges. So people with blindness are using them, just sliding their finger, and they can read how much they need to cook something, or how much they need to put the thing on oven. But when we are transferring that to speech, it seems like the whole house is speaking from fridge to oven or something like that. And people with blindness said us too that speech is really annoying, especially in Armenian, and it is very annoying noise.
Yes, one more question. Yes.
You have mentioned that you need 300,000, right?
Yes.
Might it be some smaller amount to start the work, or you need just 300,000 and no,
it's not a fixed number. Here also we have some statistics, some backup slides here. And this is our business plan, and it's all developed during our acceleration program. So it's not a fixed 3,000 euros, but we are accept that we need some investment around that number.
Thank you. And we have an online question as well.
Yeah, I don't know if I missed it, but you said that there were already competitors on the market. So I'm just wondering, where is the kind of innovation in your part? Where is the difference, and how do you know you're going to make it cheaper?
So our competitor is Smart Beetle, and Smart Beetle works only the concept of work of Smart Beetle based on mechanical rotation. So some motors are rotating somewhere and some dots are coming out in interface. So our device is working in magnetic fields using solenoids. That's why we need a little bit small number of components, and it gives us ability to have a cheaper device.
Do we have any other questions from the jury? Thank you so much, and
thank you too.
You did well. You did well. The next up is Sign Lang.
You know, they say sometimes silence can be very loud. We want to make it come true. We bring words behind silence. I'm Alex, and I'm proud to introduce you SignLang. Oops, sorry. Let's just imagine for a second that you're a deaf person with the other 430 million, and every single day you face difficulties such as social discrimination, such as low budget because you cannot read or write. Also, you're excluded from the society. And this number increases by 2.8% every single year. So here we are with the solution. SignLang is a mobile application that translates signs to text in real time. Let me introduce you how the app actually works. Oops. I'm sorry. Why doesn't it work? Oh, oops. So as you can see, the app uses phone camera to capture the signs in real time and translate them into English, which can be read by people who can hear. Our target customers will be both B2C customers and B2B. Our B2B users are businesses. Businesses that have many various customers, and now those businesses can also assist deaf people without actually excluding them. And B2C customers will be pretty much everyone who want to communicate with deaf people. We will have mainly 3 packages for monetization. The free package, which will include a vocabulary that you can use on your daily basis, a translation history, and of course our cherry on the top, that is the real-time translation. The premium version will include a professional vocabulary designed specifically for the professionals, so they can assist their deaf customers. A voiceover feature, which will allow deaf people to be actually heard. And of course, more languages, for you to be able to communicate with deaf people all over the world. And the final package is the enterprise package, which is being designed for every business specifically. After researching for some time, we found out that we have 3 most advanced competitors, which are Google Translate, Signly, and one of today's project, the Handy Talk. But why are we exactly better? Well, maybe together they are good, but we have one feature that none of those has. The sign-to-text translation. No deaf person in the world can understand them. A hearing person with those 3. Well, now they can.
But the time is up.
Sorry.
Okay, let me ask the question from the jury. What have you done during the acceleration program?
Well, during the acceleration program, we have accomplished actually pretty much. Acceleration program helped us a lot. It gave us mostly knowledge from the business side, because our team consists mostly of software engineers. We have 2 software engineers, 2 data scientists, a great designer, and a great project assistant. But we have no business specialist. And the accelerator gave us this business knowledge, so we could achieve this step. We actually accomplished a lot, as you can see, and Accelerator gave us a lot of knowledge to do this. For instance, they suggested us to collaborate with the Armenian Union of Deaf People. Why not? They helped, the knowledge they gave us helped us to get into the AUA EPIC incubation program. And also, Accelerator gave us an AI mentor who helped us achieve the 80% accuracy.
Excellent. Any other questions from the jury?
As well.
Sorry?
About your team as well. A bit
Our
more.
team, sure.
Yep.
We have 6 young enthusiasts, by the way, 3 of which are alumni at the 1991 AI/ML course by the FAST Foundation. We have 2 members which have over 8 years of experience in software engineering and with over 4 years of professional experience. Imagine how young they were when they started all this. And as I already mentioned, our designer and project assistant are truly irreplaceable because they also helped us achieve this current milestone today. We are here, I'm standing here because of these 5 members, excluding me. By the way, I can also say that for now we need a $100,000 investment for scaling our team, for furthering our development and making a great marketing push which will lead us to the top of the market of deaf society.
There's a question from the jury online as well.
Thanks. Just to kind of understand, could you bring some examples of where this kind of solution would be used over, for example, I don't know, text-to-speech by Google Translate, where you can do multiple languages, just writing it down where you need so, or where this particular way of communicating would have a benefit in the business cases or et cetera, that would be useful.
Of course. Imagine you're a deaf person, you don't have your own human translator, and you want to go to a bank to get a credit card. You go there and no one actually understands you. But if the bank has our app, they can actually understand you. They can get what you want to say. They can easily assist you after that. Did I answer your question? And the same works actually for lawyers,
well,
for doctors,
kind of.
pretty much for everyone.
Okay, thank you so much. Your time for questions is up.
But for
Give him
example,
a big
you
applause.
could into
And we have the last team, OQNI. Ooh. Here's a microphone. Do you need the clicker as well?
Very much. Yes, I do. Hi, everyone. I'm Haikui. Why is this not working?
Give it a second. The technical team will... Look,
Yeah.
there it is.
Perfect. I'm Haikui. This is OQNI, and we make prosthetic covers. So every 30 seconds around the world, someone loses a limb. That is roughly the population of Italy. The mic's not working. Can you guys hear me? Yes. Yeah? All right, cool. So yeah, every 30 seconds, someone loses a limb around the world. What that represents is 3 major issues. The first one being identity. Losing a limb is losing a part of yourself. It's mental health. The severe anxiety and depression that comes from that rehab journey is immeasurable. And it's societal stigma. So how the world looks at you when your body and who you are is different than what we're used to. So for that, we've come up with 3 solutions. The first one is giving back choice. The second one is making something uncomfortable fashionable. So choosing a cover is like choosing shoes or jacket, whatever. And the third one is creating a positive change and shifting societal stigma around the world when it comes to disability. So the idea is, I'm going to quickly demo it. There's some in the back if the jury wants to see it. We 3D scan, 3D print, and then paint and prime these covers. And we fit them with rare earth magnets, and they very naturally and easily attach to the prosthetic. So this is a lower limb prosthetic. We do upper, lower knee and above knee as well. And these are customizable. They can be in different sizes, colors, shapes. It really depends on the user. Currently, we have 4 competitors. Generally, they are approximately twice the price that we have. 399 euros is our medium model, like this. Something's not working anymore. All right, so how our business model works. It costs us about 50 euros to make each cover, manual labor included. So we sell it obviously for approximately 400 euros, making an 88% markup. Obviously, we know that there will always be expenses that we haven't foreseen, but with that percentage of markup, we're pretty comfortable with that idea. We have 6 printers, and that makes about 520 covers a year, so 200K revenue for now. And our go-to market is kind of like Apple. So we have an online store, OQNI.org, but we also cater to partner clinics. And the idea is if you're comfortable and you want to be able to purchase your product, or you just want to know what it looks like, you go online, or you could also go to our partner clinics, get fitted, get tested, have it printed there, and pick it up there. We hope and aim to triple this whole endeavor. So with 100K, we would like to buy 12 more printers. This will allow us to hire more people and to really handle all of the costs of labs and machine maintenance and stuff like that. And so far our progress is we have spoken to the Armenian Paralympic team, and for the 2024 games we're going to make their covers, which is pretty cool. We've won several grants and we have hired 2 new people. And our next step is to work on covers for children, textile covers, a training program to teach people how to create this technology, and then obviously a landing page and a soft pre-launch. And my time is up, and this is my team.
Thank you. Did I understand correctly? Do you already have revenue?
So any of the products we create, OQNI is an NGO. The idea is we're going to register a startup. Any of the products we create in Armenia are for free for amputees, and they're mostly soldiers. But once we create the startup, there will be revenue.
Mm-hmm.
So now we're donation-based.
Questions to the jury?
So, thank you. And what's your competitive advantage with the competitors in the world? And do you want to make the manufacturing here in Armenia, or you want also to make it in other countries as well?
So the first one, the competitive advantage, honestly, is the 3D modeling and printing, because our designs, we have seen what our competitors have. We have them purchased here. Our designs are much better, and they're much more sturdier and efficient. And initially, obviously, creating in Armenia, especially for the website. However, for partner clinics, if they have the technology or they're inclined for us to teach them the technology, we're more than open to have them also produce. It really depends. The faster, the more money we make, obviously, the more hands-on it will be.
Yes, please.
Is your product customizable? I mean, the sizing and such things.
Yeah, so I don't know if you saw in the video, basically we have 2 3D scanners that were gifted to us. We size both the prosthetic leg and the healthy leg, if the person has one, otherwise both. And then we model it online. We create a G-code, we print it, and then once that is printed, our user, or the amputee, gets to choose the color, if they want like holes in it, or if they want 3D designs. The world is our oyster. We could do whatever we want. And we have our own printing team, like painting team. So we use car paint.
And who needs to insert these size measures?
What do you mean?
Who inserts these size measures? You
our
or?
Our engineering team.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have specialists doing that. And so when we start selling, obviously we cannot go scan every amputee. But prosthetic companies have a general shape and size. So it's kind of like clothing, small, medium, large, and that way they will know what size to buy for their body type. We also have skin color as well, because like this is cool, it could be red, pink, but some people just don't want it to be seen, so we work on skin color too.
Thank you, and one more question. Is someone using already your products?
Yeah. Yeah, we have approximately 40 end users in Armenia. Like I said, we're an NGO, so we do other things as well, mental health, etc. And so yeah, these are our kids, these are our people who get to use it and try it, and that's how we got better, because they tested it.
Do we have a question from online as well? We usually do. I noticed that you had a scanner. Does the scanner take the measurements actually, or what does the scanner do?
Yes, the scanner does a 360 model. So it's like a very strong light that it just emits, and then it just measures, and then we render it online with the software.
Okay. If no other questions, then thank you so much. What I really see in these pitches and in this demo day is that all the teams obviously are trying to do good, and this is very important to see that young people in our society are thinking about people who maybe are not that lucky of sometimes as we are, or that healthy as we are. This is really heartwarming, and thank you for that. But now, I think we should have, also I should have myself some slides back. If I'm not mistaken, then we should have a short break. Oh, look, there it is. A short break. It's 25 minutes. There will be hackathon videos going on this screen as well, so you can easily sit on, have a look at the interviews from the hackathon as well. But otherwise, let's meet back up here in 25 minutes. There is some sweets and coffee as well, as Mariam says. So you're more than welcome to eat and drink those. Thank you so much.
Կատարվում այստեղ, այո, արդեն երկրորդ անգամ Digitain ընկերությունը նախաձեռնել է Meet ինկուբացիոն ծրագիրը։ Այս անգամ Garage 48-ի հետ միասին 48 ժամ ստեղծարար մարդիկ կգեներացնեն գաղափարներ եւ արդեն 48 ժամ անց նրանք հնարավորություն կունենան ստեղծելու ստարտափներ ու ունենան prototype։ Դե ինչ, ես անցնեմ աշխատանքի, 48 ժամ մենք միասին հետևելու ենք ընթացքին, կմիանամ մի փոքր անց։ Միասին գնանք տեսնենք արդյոք թիմերը արդեն ձևավորվել են։ Ողջույն։
Ողջույն։
Հավաքագրում եք թիմակիցներ։
Այո։
Ինչպես է տպավորությունը եւ տրամադրվածությունը։
Շատ լավ է, այսպիսի իվենտները ինձ թվում է շատ ռեսուրս են տալի, որպեսզի զարգանա մեր էկոսիստեմա IT եւ ինչքան շատ լինեն, այնքան լավ կլինի ինձ թվում է։
Շնորհակալություն ձեզ, հաջողություն, ստեսություն։ Ինչու եք տխուր նստել։
Դա ասես տխուր եմ։
Հավաքագրել եք արդեն թիմը։
Միանշանակ մենք մեր պատրաստի թիմով եկել ենք արդեն, մեր իդեայով, սպասում ենք սկսենք գործանելը։
Իսկ ինչպես է տրամադրվածությունը։
Մարտական։
Շատ լավ, իսկ ծրագրի մասին ինչ կասեք, միտքի մասին երբ եք լսել, որտեղից ու ինչպես որոշեցիք մասնակցել։ Ձեզ դիմենք, անցեք։ Ասեք ես էլ տեղավորվեմ։
Ես շատ ակտիվ եմ Հայկական IT ու ստարտափ համայնքում ու դեռ անցած տարի առաջին միտքի ժամանակ տենց ստացած որ թիմ չկարողացանք հավաքենք ինչ-որ մի մտքի շուրջ ու այս տարի երբ որ Facebook-ում եկավ այդ իվենթի մասնահայտարարությունը անպայման որոշեցինք որ պիտի գնանք մասնակցենք մենք տենց լիքը ուրիշ տարբեր մտքեր ունենք ու մինչև վերջինը չենք որոշել թե որ միտքն է մալու միտք մասնակցելու եկանք ստեղ տեղում որոշեցինք մեր բանից որն ենք ընտրում ժրիբով կարացինք ընտրեցինք միտքը ու այդպես կարծես թե շատ լավ շատ տրամադրված ենք շատ մարտական
իսկ արդյունավետությունը միջոցառման ինչպես է գնահատում հենց այս ֆորմատով թիմերի ձևավորումը հավաքագրումը
այս շատ տենց ընդունված ստանդարտ է ամբողջ աշխարհում մարդիկ սենց անում են բակի ոնց է այս փորձը Հայաստանում այդքան դեռ սովոր չեն մարդիկ այս ֆորմատին լիքը մարդիկ գնացին կեսից բայց ամեն դեպքում այս է ճիշտ ճանապարհը ու այս են կուլտուրան է որը պետք է ստեղ Հայաստանում սերմացվել ու շատ լավ է որ տենց ստացվում որ Digitain-ը ու Digital-ը այս ամեն ինչը ստեղ բերում են ու մարդկանց սովորացնում են կրթում են
այո ու փորձում են այդ մշակույթը Հայաստանում եւս սերմանել եւ տարածել ձեզ հաջողություն եմ մաղթում ես գնամ մյուս թիմակիցների մոտ Գնանք տեսնենք այս սուրտ եղանակին ինչ է կատարվում դրսում Ողջույն Մարիամ Ինչպես ես?
Լավ, դու ոնց ես?
Հիանալի արդյունքներից ու ինձ հետաքրքիր է արդյոք սպասում էիր նման արդյունք, որ շուրջ 50 թիմ չէ ձևավորվեց։
Ճիշտ ասած հաճելիորեն զարմացած եմ, քանի որ չէի սպասում, իրոք չէի սպասում, որ այսքան գաղափարներ կունենանք ներկայացված։ Բնականաբար ինչ-որ թվերով կարողանում ենք կանխատեսել, որ 370 դիմորդ ունենք, մոտավորապես պատկերացնում ենք, բայց իրականում գաղափարները շատ լավն էին ու 50 գաղափար ունենալ արդեն այս փուլում, մի քանի ժամ է ինչ հեքաթոնը մեկնարկել է, իհարկե շատ հաճելի է։ Ես շատ ուղղակի ուրախ եմ ու տեսնենք, թե թիմերը ինչպես են կազմավորվում ավելին, այսինքն մարդիկ հիմա այնտեղ փորձում են թիմակիցներ գտնել եւ այլն, լարվում են, որ չեն կարողանում թիմակիցներ գտնել, շատ հետաքրքիր է թե ընթացքը ինչպես է լինելու։ Ես անհամբեր սպասում եմ, որ տեսնեմ։
Մարիամ, արի միասին կանխատեսում կատարենք, ըստ քեզ 50-ից քանի գաղափարը կհասնի մինչև պրոտոտայփի ու թիմեր կձևավորվեն ու արդեն վերջին օրը կտեսնենք արդյոք մեր կանխատեսումը իրական էր թե ոչ։
Ես կարծում եմ, որ քանի որ շատ վճռական էին բոլոր այն մարդիկ, ովքեր ներկայացրեցին իրենց գաղափարները, կարծում եմ, որ 40 թիմ կունենանք, որ կներկայացնեն իրենց գաղափարը եւ թիմը դեմո օրվա ժամանակ։ Որի արդյունքում շատ դժվար կլինի իհարկե մեր ժյուրին ընտրել ամենալավերին, որովհետև բոլորի գաղափարները իմ կարծիքով շատ հետաքրքիր էին։
Ինչպես տեսնում եք, թիմերի ձևավորումը դեռևս շարունակում է, վաղը կմիանանք արդեն աշխատանքային բուն գործընթացին։ Մինչ վաղը։ Այսօր արդեն երկրորդ օրն է, ինչ մեր մասնակիցները աշխատում են իրենց գաղափարների վրա ու ստեղծում ստարտափներ։ Հիմա շրջենք ու հասկանանք ինչ փուլում են գտնվում։ Ողջույն։ Ինչպես եք։
Հիանալի, ինչպես եք դուք։
Հիանալի։ Մնացել եք երեկոյան։
Այո։ Մնացել ենք, շատ պրոդուկտիվ աշխատեցինք ու անհամբեր սպասում ենք, երբ ենք ներկայացնելու մեր անջատած գաղափարները։
Շատ լավ, իսկ ինչ փուլում եք հիմա գտնվում։
Հիմա պատրաստում ենք առաջնային դեմո նախագիծը, որը կներկայացնենք ժյուրին եւ մենթորների կողմից նկատառումները կստանանք, որպեսզի վաղվա վերջնական ներկայացումը ամենաիդեալական տարբերակով անենք։
Այս մենթորների աշխատանքը ինչպես կգնահատեք, ինչ արդյունք ունենք, լավ ազդեցություն թողել է արդյոք ձեր ընդհանուր գործընթացի կազմակերպչական, ինչպես նաեւ իդեաների գեներացման գործում։
Նույնիսկ ասեմ, տենց աննախադեպ մեծ ազդեցություն է ունեցել մեր մենթորի հետ աշխատանքը այսօրվա, քանի որ բացի եւ այս հակաթոնային ծրագրից դուրս նաեւ շատ տարբեր զարգացման ծրագրերի մասին ենք քննարկել, թե ինչպես կարող ենք մեր այս գաղափարը այլ հարթակներում, այլ ֆորմատներով տարածել եւ որոշել ենք ավելի հստակ կոնցեպտ, որը կներկայացնենք հակաթոնի շրջանակներում։ Այդպիսով շատ արդյունավետ էր։
Հետաքրքրական է, ասում են, որ 48 ժամը բավական չէ գաղափարներ գեներացնելու ու մինչև պրոտոտայփ հասնելու համար, որին իհարկե մեր էստոնացի գործընկերները Garage 48-ի ասում են, որ ոչ, նման տեմպի տակ, կար ժամկետները շատ հաճախ ավելի արդյունավետ են լինում գաղափարներ գեներացնելու գործում։ Ինչ կասեք այս մասով, արդյոք ծրագիրը իր նպատակին ծառայում է։
Կարծում եմ, որ կամայական ստրեսային իրավիճակ ինքը ծնում է ալտերնատիվ միջոցներ խնդիրները լուծելու, ինչը իհարկե նպաստում է ինովացիոն լուծումներ գտնելուն, քանի որ բազմաթիվ խնդիրներ ունեն ստանդարտ լուծումներ, իսկ հակաթոնների, ստարտափների հենց հիմնական գաղափարը դա նորարարական լուծումներ առաջարկելն է։ Կարծում եմ, որ լիովին աշխատող պրոտոտիպ որոշակի միայն թեմատիկ հարցերում կարող ենք ստանալ, բայց առաջին քայլերը եւ ստանալ այն support-ը եւ guidance-ը, մենթորությունը, դա շատ կօգնի պրոտոտիպից դեպի պրոդուկտ գնալու, քանի որ կարծում եմ բոլորս տեղյակ ենք, որ ստարտափների մեծ քանակությունը fail է լինում, քանի որ շատ մեծ հույսեր է ստանում պրոտոտիպի փուլից հետո, ես կարծում եմ ամենակարևոր փուլը պրոտոտիպից դեպի առաջին արդյունք եւ առնվազն առաջին 100 հաճախորդների ներգրավումն է, հենց մենք խոսենք 100 հաճախորդների ներգրավումից, այդ ժամանակ արդյունավետությունը կարծում եմ ավելի ճիշտ է չափել։
Շատ լավ, շնորհակալ եմ, հաջողություն եմ մաղթում բոլորիդ։ Ողջույն։ Ինչպես եք, կարող եմ ձեզ խանգարել։ Շատ լավ, շատ ժամանակ ձեզնից չեմ խլի։ Ինչպես է անցնում գործընթացը, դուք թիմակիցներ եք։
Ոչ, մենք թիմակիցներ չենք, մենք տարբեր թիմերից ենք, բայց ոնց որ փորձում ենք մեկս մյուսից օգնել։ Մենք ոնց որ մի հատ տեխնիկական խնդիր ունեինք, մեր հացիելի MoodMap թիմը մեզ օգնում է, մենք էլ օգնում ենք իրենց մարքեթինգի հետ կապված հարցերով։ Փորձում ենք մեկս մյուսից օգնել։
Հիանալի է, այսինքն
ուսումն ենք անում, էլի։ Հմտություններով փոխվում ենք իրար հետ։
Հիանալի է, այսինքն մրցակիցներ չեք տեսնում, այլ կարևորը վերջնարդյունքն է։
Չէ, ոչ մի մրցակիցներ, ուղղակի ընկերներ։
Հիանալի է, հաջողություն եմ մաղթում ձեզ, շնորհակալություն, որ նման լավ ընկերական միջավայր եք ստեղծել ու մեկը մյուսին աջակցելով գնում եք առաջ, հաջողություն։ Իսկ այժմ գնանք դալիճ հասկանալու համար ինչ է կատարվում այնտեղ։ Փաստորեն ուշացանք։ Ողջույն։ Ինչ էր կատարվում այստեղ։
Քննարկում էինք ընդհանուր թե վաղվա արդեն պրեզենտացիան է ինչպես է անցկացվելու ու արդեն կային որ ունենալու ենք 3 րոպե ժամանակ պետք է ամբողջ գաղափարը միանգամից ներկայացնենք։
Հասկացա, երկու մնացել եք։
Այո։
Ինչպես է անցել, հա, մտքերի գեներացման գործընթացը ու աշխատանքները։
Բավականին բուռն էր, այստեղ էլ գիշերել ենք անգամ, այսօր էլ է հաստատ այդպեսին սպասում օրը։
Շատ լավ, եւ ինչ արդյունք ունեք այս պահին ու մենթորների հետ աշխատանքը, հա, ինչպիսի արդյունքի է ձեզ բերել, արդյոք օգնել է։
Արդեն խոսել ենք մի քանի մենտորների հետ, ովքեր կոնկրետ մեզ արդեն ուղղորդել են կոնկրետ իրադարձությունների հաջորդականություն ներկայացնելու հարցում։ Կարծում եմ էլ ավելի հետաքրքիր կլինի, մոտակա 1 ժամվա ընթացքում էլի մոտենալու են մեզ, արդեն մնացյալի մասին քննարկելու համար։
Շնորհակալ եմ շատ, ձեզ հաջողություն եմ մաղթում։ Այժմ մոտենանք մեր ամենաակտիվ մենթորին Ռեմ Դարփինյանին, ով նաև Smart Click-ի տնօրենն է ու մեզ օր ու գիշեր աջակցում է ստարտափներին, հա, աջակցում է իր խորհրդատվությամբ ու հետագա զարգացման գործընթացում։ Ընդհանուր ինչպես կգնահատեք, արդյոք լավ, հա, ստարտափներ ունենք հեռանկարային, արդյոք կա այն պոտենցիալը, որը հետո արդեն հայտնի կազմակերպության կհասցնի միջև։
Երեք մենք լսեցինք մոտ 50 գաղափար, կային շատ անհավանական գաղափարներ, որ դժվար կլիներ այս 48 ժամվա ընթացքում հասցնել իրականացնել, հա, փորձել դաժե։ Դրա համար այսօր 29 են մնացել այդ 50-ից, մենք ինչ որ անհավանական գաղափարներ են, որոնք չկարողացան թիմ ձևավորել իրենց մտքի շուրջ դուրս մնացին։ Այսօր տեսնում եմ շատ լավ ակտիվություն, բավականին լավ հետաքրքիր մտքեր կան շատ փոքր գաղափարներ, որ լոկալ են մտածում, կան եւ շատ մեծ գաղափարներ, որոնք համաշխարհային եւ գլոբալ խնդիրներ կարող են լուծել։ Այսօր շատ հետաքրքիր են։
Շնորհակալ եմ շատ։ Սպասում էի, որ այսքան մարդ կմնա եւ 24 ժամ կաշխատի, չնայած որ բոլոր պայմանները ստեղծված էին, բայց նման կանխատեսումներ կար։
Ճիշտն ասած, մենք այս պայմանները որ ստեղծեցինք, հա, կարծում ենք, որ իրականում շատ մարդիկ չեն մնա, բայց մենք ցանկացանք բնականաբար հեքաթոնի օրենքները պահպանել, ու ես այսօր գալիս եմ ու մեզ ասում են, հա, մեր ծրագրի համակարգողներից, որ 30 հոգի մոտ մնացել է գիշերը, նույնիսկ թիմեր կան, որ չեն քնել, դա ուղղակի շատ ուրախանում եմ, որ դա լսում եմ, որովհետև սա ցույց է տալիս նրանց նվիրվածությունը նախագծին ու թե ինչքան ճիշտ է այս բարձր ճնշման միջավայրը ստեղծելը, որպեսզի այս ճնշման պայմաններում նրանք ավելի լավ աշխատեն, ավելի շատ աշխատեն, այսինքն իրենց կոմֆորտ զոնայից դուրս լինեն։ Այնպես որ ես շատ ուրախ եմ, ուղղակի զարմացած եմ հաճելիորեն։
Ահա, շատ լավ, նստենք։
Ես շատ անհամբեր սպասում եմ վաղվա միջոցառմանը, տեսնենք թե ստարտափները այս կարճ ժամանակում ինչ են կարողացել անել ու հիանալի ճանապարհ է նրանց սպասվում արդեն աքսելերացիայի ժամանակ։
12 շաբաթյա ակսելերացիան իրականացվելու է էստոնացի մենթորների կողմից։ Կցանկանայի մի փոքր մանրամասներ իմանալ, ինչ է սպասվում այն ստարտափներին, ովքեր հնարավորություն կունենան մասնակցելու այդ ակսելերացիային։
Այո, ծրագիրը հենց զարգացված է եւ ստեղծված է Garage 48-ի մասնակիցների կողմից, ու ինչն է այս ծրագրի լավը, որ ամեն ստարտափ թիմ ունենալու է իր առանձին մենթորը, որի ամբողջ ուշադրությունը կլինի հենց այդ ստարտափի վրա։ Իրենք փորձելու են ստարտափի պրոդուկտը ավելի ամբողջացնել ու պատրաստել պրոդուկտը, որպեսզի ներկայացնեն ստարտափները դեմո օրվա ժամանակ, ու դեմո օրվա ժամանակ մենք ներգրավվելու ենք ամենատարբեր ներդրողներին, venture capital ընկերություններին եւ փորձելու ենք ստարտափներին ուղղակի դուրս հանել լոկալ եւ արտասահմանյան շուկաներ։
Շնորհակալ եմ շատ։ Մենք կմիանանք արդեն երեկոյան խարույկի շուրջ։ Այսօր արդեն երրորդ օրն է, ինչ թիմերը ակտիվ աշխատում են ու չեն քնել շուրջ 2 գիշեր։ Հիմա շրջենք տարածքով, հասկանանք ինչ է կատարվում։ Մենք հիմա կզրուցենք Garage 48-ի մենթոր Ժուաու Ռեյի հետ։
Ողջույն Ռեյ։ Ողջույն։ Ինչպես կգնահատեք միտքին մասնակցած թիմերին ու նրանց գաղափարները։
Կարծում եմ թիմերը շատ լավ են, բայց մնացածի մասին կարծիք ասելը դեռ վաղ է, քանի որ դա կախված է վերջնական արդյունքից, որը կունենանք ամփոփիչ միջոցառման, ինչպես նաև ակսելերացիայից հետո։ Սակայն ընդհանուր առմամբ ես շատ տպավորված եմ հեքիաթոնի ներկայացած թիմերի որակով եւ տեխնիկական զարգացվածությամբ։
Շնորհակալ եմ շատ։
Ողջույն։ Արդեն 2 գիշեր չեք քնել, ինչ արդյունք ունեք այս պահին։
Այս պայդրությամբ մեր վերջնական խոսքը բերել ենք իր ամենաիդեալական ավարտին, հասցրել ենք մի քանի մենթորների հետ զրուցել, ցույց տալ թե ոնց է լինելու, ընդհանուր դեմոնստրացիան ոնց է լինելու ու ինչպես է ընթանալու այդ ընթացքը։ Իսկ ինչը վերաբերում է տեխնիկական մասին, այս գիշեր ահագին շատ լուրջ գործեր ենք կատարել, ունեցել ենք ահագին ձեռքբերումներ, դա կարանք նույնիսկ սենց ասենք, մեր ծրագիրն ենք լավացրել, որը հասել է իր լավագույն արդյունքին։
Կարծում եք լավագույնների շարքում կլինեք ու կանցնեք 12 շաբաթյա ակսելերացիոն ծրագիրը։
Միանշանակ։
Ձեզ հաջողություն եմ մաղթում։ Այժմ ինչպես նկատում եք, թիմերը աշխատում են շատ ակտիվ, կփորձենք չխանգարել նրանց։
To the final of the M1TQ Garage 48 hackathon. Welcome everybody to the final. Do a very special warm welcome to Mr. David Sahakian, the Deputy Minister of High Tech and Industry. Please welcome on the stage.
Ողջունում եմ բոլորին, շնորհակալություն մասնակիցներին այս հետաքրքիր ու շատ ոգևորիչ միջոցառման համար, երբ որ մտա անցած կուսովքի տարածքով տեսա թիմերին աշխատող այդ ոգևորությունը թիմերի շատ իմ համար էլ շատ ոգևորիչ եւ սա երկրորդ միջոցառումն է, որ դիջիտալ ընկերությունը կազմակերպում է միտքը եւ տեսնում եմ, որ էական փոփոխություն կա։ Շնորհավորում եմ բոլորին, որ ունեք այսպիսի հնարավորություն թիմերի նախոստովված մասնակցելու այս միջոցառման։ Ձեզ խորհուրդ եմ տալիս առավելագույնը փորձել քաղել այն ամեն ինչից, ինչը որ հնարավորություն կունենաք ստանալու։
Արդեն երրորդ օրն է, ինչ Digitane-ի հարկի ներքո հավաքվել են շուրջ 200 ստեղծարար մարդ, գեներացնում են գաղափարներ, ինչ արդյունք ունեցանք։ Գրանցվեցին 250-ից ավելի մարդ, ներկայացան 200-ը, հնչեցին 50 գաղափար, իսկ արդյունքում այսօր երրորդ օրը բեմում են շուրջ 27 արդենի ձևավորված ստարտափ ու ներկայացնում են իրենց գաղափարները։ Տեսնենք ովքեր կլինեն հաջողակները, անցնելու եւ մասնակցելու 12 շաբաթյա Acceleration ծրագրին։ Հիմա գնանք հետևենք, հասկանանք ինչ է կատարվում ներսում։ Եվս 10 րոպե եւ մենք իմանանք ովքեր են այն լավագույնները, ովքեր հնարավորություն կունենան անցնելու 12 շաբաթյա Acceleration ծրագիրը։ Քիչ ուշ կգնանք ժյուրիի մոտ հասկանալու ինչ գործընթաց է տեղի ունենում։ Մինչ ժյուրին իր որոշումն է կայացնում ու չի թույլատրում մեզ նկարահանել, ծանոթանանք միտքի հովանավորներին, ովքեր տարբեր նվերներ են պատրաստել այսօր մեր ստարտափների համար, ֆան ու հետաքրքրական նվերներից մինչև տարբեր կոնֆերանսների մասնակցություն։ Այս պահին ես նկատեցի ACA-ի համահիմնադիր տնօրեն Նարեկ Ասլիկյանին։ Ողջույն Նարեկ։
Բարև ձեզ։
Ինչպե՞ս եք։
Հիանալի։
Ինչպես երկար տարիների փորձ ունեք, հա, ոլորտում աշխատում եք նաև, հա, ստարտափների հետ, հետաքրքրական է, ինչպիսի կարծիք ունեք այսօր հնչեցված մտքերի մասին։
Մտքերը շատ հետաքրքիր էին, հետաքրքիր էր, որ այսքանին հասել են 48 ժամվա ընթացքում մեծ մասը, բայց իմ համար շատ sense պոզիտիվ սիգնալ էր այն, որ մոտ մի 5-6 թիմ առնվազն աշխատում էին ներառական ինչ-որ տեխնոլոգիաների վրա, այսինքն իրանք հնարավորություն էին տալիս սահմանափակված կարողություններ ունեցող մարդկանց ներգրաված լինել հասարակության մեջ, ու դա շատ հաճելի սյուրպրիզ էր։
Շատ լավ, շնորհակալ եմ։ Ինչ նվեր եք պատրաստել։
Մենք պատրաստել ենք մեր workshop-երի անվճար մասնակցությունը որպես նվեր, որովհետև իրանք ամենահսկիրառական ֆորմատն են ներկայացնում եւ կարճաժամկետ, այսինքն այն ստարտափ թիմերը, որոնք ունեն լավ գաղափար, ունեն էնտուզիազմ, մոտիվացիա, նաև կունենան sense սրսկված գիտելիք կարճ, բայց պրակտիկ workshop-երի տեսքով, որ կարողանան կիրառել։
Շատ լավ, շնորհակալ եմ շատ։ Քիչ ուշ արդեն դահլիճից կմիանանք ու կհասկանանք, թե ովքեր են այսօր մեր հաղթողները։ Հերվում է մեր գործընկեր Garage 48-ի տնօրեն Մարի Խանիկատը, մոտենանք զրուցենք։ Հայ Մարի։ Ողջույն Մարի։
Ողջույն։
Ինչպե՞ս եք։
Շատ հոգնած, բայց շատ լավ։ Ամեն ինչ հիանալի է, էներգիայով դի։ Մեծ հեքեթոն է, բազում հիասքանչ թիմերով։
Շատ լավ, ինչ կասեք Digitane-ի եւ Garage 48-ի համագործակցության մասին եւ ինչպիսին են արդյունքները ձեզ համար։
Կարծում եմ, մենք բավականին լավ ենք լրացնում միմյանց։ Դուք կարողացաք շատ լավ մասնակիցներ ներգրավել, իսկ մենք օգնեցինք ճիշտ կազմակերպել այս հանգստյան օրերը։ Ես իսկապես կարծում եմ, որ ստացանք որակյալ թիմեր եւ դա հիանալի սկիզբ է Acceleration ծրագրի համար։
Սպասում եք, որ առաջին օրը 50 գաղափար կներկայացվի։
Իրականում ոչ։ Ես Garage 48-ի հետ եմ արդեն 6 տարի եւ առաջին անգամ է, որ նման բան եմ տեսնում։ Չէի սպասում։
Շատ շնորհակալ եմ, հիանալի աշխատանք կատարվեց։ Այստեղ է նաև Garage 48-ի համահիմնադիր Յուրի Կալյունդին։ Հայ
Ողջույն Յուրի։
Ողջույն, ինչպե՞ս եք։
Լավ, իսկ դուք։
Շատ լավ։
Ինչպիսին են զգացողությունները։
Մեզ ուրախացնում է, որ տեսնում ենք, թե որքան պայծառ ժպիտներով են բոլորը։ Թիմը, կազմակերպիչները, մասնակիցները։ Կարծում եմ, որ մոտիվացիայի խթանումն ամենակարևորն է, որ բոլորն այստեղ պետք է ստանան։
Ինչ կարծիք ունեք միտքի մասնակից թիմերի մասին եւ ինչպես է գնահատում նրանց հաջողության հասնելու հնարավորությունները։
Կարծում եմ, երբեմն թիմերը կարող են փոխել իրենց բիզնես գաղափարները կամ այն, ինչն այդ պահին անում են։ Ուստի ամենակարևորն այստեղ մարդկանց գնահատելն է։ Դրա համար մենք 48 ժամ շփվեցինք նրանց հետ, մենթորություն արեցինք ու նկատեցինք, որ կան շատ խելացի ծրագրավորներ, մարքեթինգի եւ վաճառքի մասնագետներ, դիզայներներ։ Հայաստանում մասնագետների որակն իսկապես շատ բարձր է։ Իսկ այժմ նրանք կապեր ու ծանոթություններ են ստեղծում տարբեր ֆունկցիոնալ ոլորտների մասնագետների հետ եւ կարծում եմ, որ նրանք դեռ երկար տարիներ կաշխատեն միասին։
Շատ լավ, շնորհակալ եմ։
Կարող ենք ասել տոնը ավարտվեց ու սկսվեց նոր տոն։ Չեմ կարողանում խոսել։ Այստեղ է նաև բարձր տեխնոլոգիական արդյունաբերության նախարարի խորհրդական Վահան Հովսեփյանը, փորձենք զրուցել, ով նաև մեր ժյուրիի անդամ է։ Ողջույն Վահան, նորին։
Ջան, շնորհակալություն։ Բայց հիանալի միջոցառում, ինձ թվում է սա յուրահատուկ միջոցառումներից մեկն է, որը ցույց է տալիս, որ Հայաստանի տեխնոլոգիական զարգացումը թեւակողմ է իրականում նոր փուլ, նոր երիտասարդությամբ, նոր մտքերով, նոր գաղափարներով եւ ամենակարևորը նոր լուծումները, որ մենք կարող ենք ներկայացնել թե Հայաստանում, թե այլուր։
Շատ լավ, դուք նախորդ մտքին եւս մասնակցել եք, իհարկե ֆորմատը այլ է եղել, այս տարի ինչպես կգնահատեք մտքերը, զարգացումները, արդյոք ձեզ 48 ժամյա ֆորմատը իր արդյունքը տվեց։
Կարծում եմ կան ավելի շատ լուծումներ, ավելի շատ գաղափարներ, հետաքրքիրն այն է, որ մենք ունենք նաև cross թիմային միջավայր, երբ որ թիմերը օգնում են իրար։ Դա ամենակարևոր բաներից մեկն է։ Ունենք միջազգային փորձ, այստեղ Garage 48-ը մեր մոտ էր այս անգամ եւ դա հնարավորություն էր տալիս ավելի լավ աշխատել թիմերի հետ։ Ոլորտի շատ ավելի լայն ներգրավում կար իրականում ու այդ ամենը ինձ թվում է իր արդյունքները տվեց, մենք այստեղ տեսանք 14 ֆինալիստ ըստ էության, բայց ավելի շատ թիմեր, որ կարող են իրենց ապագան տեխնոլոգիական ոլորտում ցույց տալ։
Շնորհակալ եմ շատ։ Շնորհակալ եմ։ Գնանք տեսնենք ինչ է կատարվում նախասրահում։ Միասին ունեցանք էներգիայով լի շուրջ 48 ժամ, իսկ առավել հետաքրքրական օրերը մեր ստարտափների հետ դեռևս առջևում են։ Միասին արի կանխատես։ Ախելա։
Պետք է պատասխանեմ։
Գնանք տեսնենք դահլիճում ինչ է կատարվում, եթե չեմ սխալվում, այս պահին փորձում են իրենց ստարտափ, փորձում են իրենց ինչերը։ Սպասում էր, որ այսքան մարդ կմնա ու 24 ժամ կաշխատի, որը տրուբի մոտեկան կա։ Այստեղ է նաև Garage 48-ի համահիմնադիր Յուրի Կալյունդին։
Բայց ինձ որ խնդրեմ կոդկատերից վերև կնկարեք ներսի։
Հա, դուք մենակ կանգնեք, որ ես կամ պտտեմ, էլի։ Կարող եք։
Այն էմոջի։
Կարող եք, նայեք։
Այստեղ է նաև բարձր տեխնոլոգիական արդյունաբերության նախարարի խորհրդական Վահան Հովսեփյանը, փորձենք զրուցել։ Ողջույն Վահան, նորին։
Ջան, շնորհակալություն։ Հիանալի միջավայր հիանալի միջոցառում
իր արդյունքը տվեց։
Կարծում եմ կան շատ ավելի շատ լուծումներ, շատ ավելի շատ գաղափարներ, հետարքին այն է
with me on this stage together is already gentleman you saw, Dr. David Sahakyan. Please take the stage. The Deputy Minister of the HDI of the Republic of Armenia. M1TQ, did I say it correctly? Yes, please. CEO and founder of Orion Worldwide Innovations. Diana Arzumanyan. Yes, did I say it? I'm really sorry if I mix up the names. Also from Orion Worldwide Innovations, Armenia. And Marina Tavtian, from a CEO and co-founder from Arm Bionics. And I will also take a chair as a moderator of this wonderful panel. Thank you everyone for coming. We're going to discuss 4 topics here today, mostly focusing on maybe similarities or differences between Armenia and in Estonia. But maybe before we start, maybe each one of you take 1 minute to introduce yourself a little bit better to the audience. And let's start. Ladies first, please.
Thank you. My name is Marina. I am CEO and co-founder of Arm Bionics, a medtech company which is focused on the development of upper limb prosthesis and to enhance people with disabilities. Thank you.
Thank you. Diana? This is not switched on.
The CEO and co-founder, Orion Worldwide Innovations, Armenia. We are working in Armenian market more than 2 years. We are working with startups, with investors, with VCs, helping to fundraising, to entering global market. That's all.
Thank you. Emma?
Good evening, everyone. This is Emma Arakelian. I am coming from New York. Been here for 3 weeks with a lot of great activities in ecosystem, in the financial space, and also in technology. I am a management consultant executive, investor, angel investor, representing ecosystem through my company for startups, growth, unicorn journey, preparation of Orion Worldwide Innovations, and BAJ Accelerator, which is a New York-based organization. We'll talk about that. Actually, it includes the B, stands for Baltics.
Ah, excellent.
I've been 17 years also adjunct professor at New York University. Currently, I'm also teaching at the Columbia University for exponential growth, very, very aligned with what we are trying to do here. And I'm an author that wrote a book about leadership, how you become a leader for a global business and where you take the generation forward. With that, I'm going to pass it on to David.
Everybody, my name is David Sahakyan. I'm a Deputy Minister of Ministry of High-Tech Industries of Armenia. So our ministry is mainly responsible for and my role in the ministry to support technology entrepreneurship ecosystem development. It includes various areas, starting from access to finance, capacity building programs, supporting IT companies with sales and marketing, mainly in international market, and tax incentives programs. So that's it. By the way, we have a new web page, hightech.gov.am. Always everybody was complaining that high-tech ministry doesn't have modern web page, but now we have. Please, you can check it, and we are open for your feedbacks. Thank you.
Thank you. Give the panel a big applause. So the first topic is, where is Armenia going in terms of startups and technology? So what we see in Estonia is that most of these kind of startups we have had are either in software as a service, so business-to-business models, or in fintech. And what I've heard from Baltic or Estonian investors is that they think that this kind of like easy problems are already solved, and the next big unicorns or things come from deep tech or deep technology, more science-based technology. But where do you think next unicorns from Armenia come from? Is there maybe some kind of unique position Armenia might have? What kind of industries might give birth to most of the startups?
So I guess this question is to me. So probably all of you know that during Soviet Union period, Armenia was considered as a Silicon Valley of the USSR. And we have more than 25,000 engineers, not coders, but real deep tech engineers in Armenia. And we were serving the whole USSR in electronics, even in military industry, in various industries. Unfortunately, after collapsing USSR, we lost this capacity, but it is in our genes, you know. Now we are recovering that. In 2000, during 2000s, beginning of the 2000s, Armenia was considered mainly as an IT outsourcing country. And now we have many IT companies in Armenia that have a lot of success, and we have to, let's say, Armenian unicorns. We have more IT companies in the way of becoming unicorns. But now, especially starting from this year, all our projects are dedicated programs, supporting programs are dedicated to developing engineering, and mainly manufacturing. So we are recovering that heritage that we had, and all our programs, let's say, if last year we have 18 training programs for coders, developers, let's say C#, Java, etc., etc. This year we dedicated our finance for mainly science-based deep tech, let's say, programs. Our startup support programs, grants, are as a requirement is that these startups should have technology innovation. They have scientific basis. First of all, because it is the way that Armenia should go. Second, we understand that these companies can be more easily become future unicorns rather than mobile application development or other, let's say, tools. So this is the main area, let's say, philosophy that now we put in all our programs. As a sphere, all texts, all buzzwords with the ending text, tech are under our interests. So fintech, clean tech, biotech, all techs are under our interests. So we are supporting them. We are helping them. By the way, this year, first time, we changed the philosophy of our granting program. At first, startups goes to the, let's say, ideal level granting. They receive 5 million drams. It's more than $12,000. Then it is obligatory that they have to pass incubation program. Then after incubation program, they come to the second stage, access to go to market level, and then they receive twice more, 10 million drams, and then they have to pass corresponding acceleration program to go to the market. After that, when they have already revenue and customers, they go to the equity financing. So we have developed a pipeline for the startups development from idea to business, as I said. And this pipeline works by involving all, let's say, ecosystem players in this ecosystem. And this event also is considered as one important, let's say, event in our pipeline. That's why I said that at the beginning in my welcoming speech that this year we are going to implement new program, collaboration with the acceleration programs. I mean, the industry is organizing this kind of event, and we are supporting these startups too, not only our, let's say, pipeline startups. So this is the main, let's say, idea of where we going. And we have this kind of non-written plan to develop 10 unicorn from the scratch within the 6-7 years.
It's not, oh no, it's a very ambitious plan.
Yeah, we have.
Davijan, as always, I'm going to top it up. So the 10 we already have on its way. So the BAJ Accelerator, and where David was an advisor since the beginning. So thank you for that support. So it's a New York-based accelerator that identifies startups globally from any country, from any industry. We identify the best ones. And we currently have 104 companies, of which 45 are Armenian startups, of which 4 companies have been very active in the market globally, not only in Armenia. Those are from day one global companies. And we took them from their pre-seed round in 2020, September. And now the 3 companies altogether are valued more than 500 million. How about that? I think that they require.
That is pretty awesome, huh?
So who are these companies and how we help them? Sorry, what was that?
This is awesome.
Thank you. So with where Armenia can go, and I think supporting with the high-tech industry, we work very close with the Ministry of Economy, with the Ministry of High-Tech Ministry, Ministry of Justice. Why? Because the growth needs to be aligned with the regulations, legislation. Aligned means the new companies, you will have to come to the ministries and government and say, this is not helping us to move forward. And we've done it multiple times and it worked. So when you want to do something and go global, do not say that government cannot help you. Just take that advantage and then go and be able to change. That's how Estonians actually grew so many companies to become unicorns. Where the Armenian industry or the startup system has to go, ecosystem has to go, you need to always think about what's going on globally. What is the demand in globally? What technologies are needed? Where the investors put money? We were able to raise for 3 Armenian startups in less than 24 months, 33 million. We are right now raising for them more than 65 million. So these companies grew exponentially. And that's the only the journey you should plan. Why? Because it's possible. Technologies, the foundation, the support from government that's coming, it should actually get bigger. David knows whenever he says it should be more and more and more. It's not enough. But the industry should go the direction that global market buys. Please, whatever you design, and we were listening to some of you, you need to have the global in your mind. If it's not there, you are not going anywhere outside of that market. The market is too small. Even the CIS market is considered small because the buying power. So I would say 3D printing, blockchain, biotech, artificial intelligence. Those are still the top 4 or 5 areas where the market buys, where investors invest. That's my answer.
Thank you so much. Diana, have you anything to add, being here in Armenia, seeing where are these kind of like mushrooms coming, startups coming like mushrooms?
Right now is very booming time for Armenian startup ecosystem because there are more than 2,500 startups in Armenia. They are registered companies, and they are showing high growth. And our BAJ Accelerator last 2 years applied more than 100 startups, from half 50 is from Armenia. And I'm very proud because we are partnering with Estonia as companies, and one of our investors is Metaplanet, who is one of the well-known and famous family offices in Estonia, and they are investing in our portfolio companies. They are growing very fast, and our vision and mission from the foundation day to have 10 unicorns in 5 years. And from the which sectors, I want to say robotics, and for Armenia is very important security. We should pay more attention from government. I think security will be for us priority. I will mention robotics, security, and also fintech.
We're actually holding back because we're not sure. Can we name the companies?
I think you can name the companies.
Okay, go ahead, then. Go ahead, then.
Of course.
First of them, our upcoming unicorns, I truly believe that will be Cognize. It is an AI solution for the commercial banks, that they are doing analytics. They are doing AI analytics, and they are growing very fast. Now they have in Armenia more than 300 people, employees. They are headquartered right now in New York. They are growing phenomenal very fast. And the founder is Vahe Antonians, he is a serial entrepreneur that he had already 3 exits.
Very good. Excellent. Marina, you're a medtech company. How do you see Armenian medtech scene developing? Do you have many health tech or healthcare companies coming out, or is it still early? Because, for example, in Estonia, I would say that this kind of a scene for medical companies or health companies has been developing only during last 3 to 4 years, not before really. Or at least in numbers, when I say so. How would you see that scene here in Armenia?
Thank you. Actually, yes, it's still, we have some problems with the medtech and health tech, but we're starting to grow. For example, when we started, maybe we started as a research project in 2017, and in that years, it was very few medtech and biotech companies in Armenia. But right now, we are growing. We have an ecosystem. We have different startups in this sphere, and it's really inspiring because I think it's very important field, and we need to invest in robotics, medtech, and biotech, as already mentioned. This is the priority fields for the country and for the global expansion as well, because this is the fields that have more potential to grow exponentially. And for example, for our company, we're developing upper limb prosthesis, but this technology can be applied in different spheres. Like it's robotics, and we can use it both in the space, in smart houses, and everywhere. Yeah.
Okay, let's maybe move on to the next topic. Where can we see similarities between Estonia and Armenia? So obviously, small countries both. Strong government support. When I think back about Estonia, maybe a couple of things as a how to say, I started doing my first business year 2000, and then after exiting it, going to science and then coming back and working for some companies, I saw that our ecosystem developed in a way like in waves. So the very first like wave of startups which people started to notice were Skype and Playtech. And there were two reasons why people started to notice. First, Skype was used by everyone, and suddenly we were very proud that, look, the whole engineering team of Skype is sitting in Tallinn, although different countries call Skype their own, like Swedes and Danish, because one of the co-founders was Swede, the other one was Danish, and some co-founders were Estonian. But I saw that the year 2005, when eBay acquired Skype and Playtech did IPO, suddenly there was a huge wave of IT, or let's say programmers, developers who got stock options, and suddenly it was really cool to be a guy with a ponytail, because you were able to afford a house or a sports car, and suddenly being this kind of computer geek back in 2005 became popular. And then the next wave was around, I would say, TransferWise and maybe Pipedrive, because they were born out of the employees of Skype. And the third wave now is this kind of like Veriff and these kind of companies. So it has been taking a very long time with the timelines. It sounds to me that there will be a difference, that Armenia will be faster. What are your comments on this kind of like similarities and differences maybe as well between Armenia and Estonia?
Okay, so good question. What I think is similarity is, as you mentioned, is a phenomenon of the small country and success of the small country and what it gives. It gives the following. I'm sure in Estonia we have the same system, but what we are doing now. You know, Armenia is not a USA or Europe. In order to generate annually, let's say, 10,000 startups, and with the conversion rate or failure rate at the end have 10 successful startups. So we don't have this population, and it is impossible to generate annually this amount of startups. And what we have to do, we have to have a certain pipeline that decreases the rate of failure of these startups. And if we are able to generate, let's say, annually 500 startups, we have to have 10 successful startups out of these 500. So it means that we have to implement proper startup development phases with certain requirements, certain industry players, acceleration programs, education system, etc., etc., etc. So we have to have this kind of pipeline. This is what we are doing now. Second, which can be considered as a similarity with Estonia, is involving best minds from abroad. So you have this e-citizenship program. We have, let's say, different programs with which we invite, especially Armenian, let's say, Armenians from our diaspora, to develop startups here and to become, let's say, industry proper player. We have different this kind of programs that we are implementing each year. So, which means that not artificially, but in other ways, we are developing the lead generation of this pipeline, you know? So in business term, it's creating lead generation to the startup development pipeline. So, and third, conceptually change the education program, which means that, let's say, we are working with Ministry of Education, and we are implementing different, let's say, soft skills and entrepreneurial skills and knowledge development courses in technological departments. So these people should understand and know that when they are developing any device of any solution, they have to come from the market needs, and how they have to analyze these needs, understand these needs, and then transfer these needs into the solution. So these are the steps that we are doing, and I think there are a lot of similarities with Estonia, because all small countries, to my understanding, should have these phases. Of course, you have these success stories, Skype and Playtech, yeah, sorry. These startups, these companies, they have their influence too, in order to increase the, let's say, rating of the country and recognition of this country in front of the investors. Now we have the same, and now we are in the process to bringing the international VC funds to Armenia, and we have a lot of success with that. Now in Armenia we have, let's say, pretty good funds for pre-seed and seed financing, but we don't have A-stage financing, access to finance for the A-stage. Now we are creating a venture fund, which will provide this financing. The average check will be approximately $1 million. So it is another step for escalating the market and bringing new investors and making to grow our startups in this stage.
This is true that the first startups like Skype and also TransferWise and Pipedrive, if you think about them, their headquarters were not in Estonia. Wise had its headquarters in London. Skype had their headquarters in Luxembourg. Pipedrive was Delaware company. So all the companies were Estonian founders, and the development offices were all in Estonia. But in the beginning, the headquarters were away because foreign investors didn't trust Estonia as a reliable country to invest in.
It's okay. It's okay. It's a natural evolution.
It's a natural evolution, exactly.
The same is with us. We fully understand, and we are fully okay that in certain stage our startups will create their headquarters in, let's say, in Delaware or in other, let's say, zones.
Maybe in Tallinn.
Maybe, but it is because of the problems or difficulties with access to.
Yep.
So if we have a case when we have VC funds dedicated for each level, so there will not be needed for these startups to create their headquarters in abroad. The only, let's say, requirement for living there or creating their headquarters in abroad will be the IPO. So it is, again, natural evolution. This is the way how Israel is working. So all startups, they develop for all stages in Israel. Then for IPO, they go to the US. So.
Understood. Emma, you see Europe from New York, having roots obviously here. Where do you see like Armenia and Estonia having similarities and differences? Or how does, let's say, average US VC see the similarities or differences?
2 years ago, we established an accelerator, and the name was BAJ Accelerator. It stands for Baltic Armenian Jacobs. Translated into geography, Baltic states, Armenia, Israel. It was really done intentionally to say that in 2020, Armenian startup quality can actually compete at the same level as Baltic states startups and Israel. And we were damn right. So all of you sitting here, no matter how and what condition the country is, elevate yourself from the country situation, elevate outside of this war situation, bad economic stage, and now we have all the numbers I can actually share. You need to think global. Build something that will help minimum billion people. if you are not doing it, then don't do it. Do something that will. So the message to all of you is we can go into investor is investing here and not investing. We are showing you with an example that a pre-seed small company from Armenia was able to raise, and then in 2 years, it grew 7 times. And now it's going to grow another 10 times. And definitely and this is the second one. Diana mentioned Cognace, and I'm going to mention to you, second company. Everybody listen, wake up. Everybody listen. I'm giving you company names. Write it down. Find out what are they doing to grow 10 times and get an attention of VCs in US. Get the attention of Skype owner. Jan actually put money in Cognace. I'm just going to say it. They did. So just elevate your innovation, innovative thinking to a global level. And because you can. Now, the similarity is we have talent. Phenomenal talent. You don't even know how much potential you have. And the reason I'm saying this is not just Emma saying. I worked in 46 countries in my career when I was a partner at Ernst & Young, and I was a managing director at Accenture. I met like probably 50 to 100,000 startups since 2011, because that's when corporations started to pay attention to startups. So I've seen everything from zero ground when people started to pay for just idea, and now they are paying for an already MVP that gives money, that already has revenue. This is the stage we are. Not that you are not good, but that's the demand of the market. So I'm working with Armenian startups. I'm working in Armenia. Of course, I'm Armenian. I love my country. I could do so many other things. But I'm after the innovation. Why? Because you have a phenomenal potential, outstanding potential. In all the 3 companies, we were able to show and position Armenian innovation. Now we have many VCs, micro VCs. By all means, family offices are interested to invest. And my co-founders, they are so after what we are doing, they are actually trying to make us, my co-founders, and Armen is sitting there, Diana is here, they are trying to make us their venture partners. They want Armenian innovation. They want Baltic innovation. They want Israeli. So Armenia, you are on that stage globally along with Baltics and Israel. That level has already been put. It's there. You cannot just think lower. So the other similarity is in drive. So Armenia has a big diaspora. Estonia has only 1.3 million people and has, I think, about 1 million or 2 diaspora. Even smaller. Well, dear Armenians and people here, non-Armenians, they also listen because you're in Armenia. Armenia has about 2.9 million. I'm giving the 2021 number, so don't question it. Question somebody else, not me. 2.9 million people live in Armenia. And we have about 8 to 9 million diaspora. So we are 11 million rich with our innovation, creativity. We were innovating for centuries. Start from Manukyan's Delta faucet, from color TV, from ATM machine, from the car transmission, X-ray, the MRI. I mean, we didn't call it Armenian. We didn't call it unicorn, but we had it. We just missed to call it and to own it. We can't do this anymore. And thank you so much for being here, for actually showing the Estonia culture. And Estonians had one advantage in entrepreneurs. They grew up in a digitized economy. So their innovation was already digitized. They were ahead of the game of many. So kudos to the government, Davidjan. Kudos to the government that they started the digital transformation because they gave the right platform, elevated platform to create innovation. No surprise, we had fintech immediately come after that. When they finished in 2007, the first or second round of their innovation, I know Estonia in transformation by heart. All the 9 areas starting with the ID, the X road, everything. So, and I was actually trying to bring Estonia since 2016 and Accenture to do the digital transformation in Armenia. Why? Because I wanted to create the platform to give you a better platform, not from zero, to actually bring innovation that global customers, investors need. You don't have to struggle to sell something that was grew up in Armenia, non-digitized economy. So where Armenia should go, digitized economy. Government should really has to do faster, because I saw some numbers that Armenia government is planning for growth 2026 to have 9% growth of economy. Well, without the innovation and without the startups really becoming unicorns, building that economy is not going to be possible. So while I have David here, and we talk all the time, but I just want to say it in front of all of you, that we talk about digital transformation, government has to do this, and it will make it easy for you. But while they are not doing it, don't sit back and say government is not doing it. Find places where you can actually explore. Google is yours. Embrace it, find it. Data is there. You cannot complain you don't have the data. You do. So our expectation is our BIG Accelerator to top it up with David. They are planning to have 10 unicorns. We are also planning to have 10. So if we are successful, by 2026 and 27, we will have 20 unicorns. We'll still will be 5 less than Estonia, because their plan is to have 25 by, I know all of what you're planning. They want to plan 25, 25 by 2025, to have 25 unicorns. And by the way, earlier I said 11 because I counted Lithuanian as Estonia. So thank God they're not here, they're not upset. So, so Baltics altogether have 12, of which 10 is Estonian, the other one is Latvian, the other one is Lithuanian. So this is unique. I'm actually going to give you this. Baltic states, only one state has 10. Why? I already told you, because the economy was digital. You can actually create something in the right atmosphere to become global unicorns. Kudos to you, and we should catch up with them, Davidjan. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So much passion. I love it. So good. Yes. By the way, Estonians, every time we say pretty good, we mean awesome. So if you have like, we have had this thing that every time you see, Estonian goes like this. You see something bad, you go like this. You see something good, you go like this. And then you see something excellent, you go like, oh, pretty good. we're very modest in expressing this kind of emotions. But to see this kind of fire on the stage is excellent. Thank you so much.
We should probably change your last name. What is it? Salumian.
What does it mean? Armenian. Oh, very good. Let's do that. But guys, we saw that from the similarities that there is government support there. There will be more. We see that right now maybe the difference is that already Estonia's, let's say, last unicorns have their headquarters in Estonia. Like Bolt has their headquarters in Tallinn, the main company or the holding company. The Veriff has it there. So these things already also show that the foreign investors do like trust Estonian ecosystem to, and then maybe the economic system to be to have their investments in a way there. But what do you see still missing? And we see that, but we will get there as evolution. But what do you guys think is still missing in Armenia, which should be maybe better, and how to solve that? And maybe let's start this time from this end. I think it's switched on, but
Switched on.
Okay, very good.
Yeah. Last years we have a lot of advancements in the startup ecosystem, both from the perspective of support we are getting from different sides like government, different organizations like accelerators or private sector, and also we're creating an ecosystem. So we have a lot of network amongst startups, but I guess we're missing some maybe vibe in Armenia, like the startup vibe that we can have more. For example, maybe it's different in Silicon Valley, so you are always getting inspired from different startups and you are doing more to be improved and getting more knowledge and involving more investments. So you are growing because it's competition, it's kind of running. And maybe we are missing that in Armenia. Maybe it's also from our side, from startups. We need to be more in the drive and to be better every day than the other day. And this is from our perspective, from the startup. And about the investments, also, yes, there are a lack of trust, maybe, but we are fixing that because we have already some successful startups and unicorns from Armenia, and we're trying to involve international and foreign investors to put some money. But still, it's not enough. Maybe we need to work harder on that direction. And the other third point that I have is the legal side. So because we have not a good regulation both for the certificate parts, for example, in our field, in different countries there are a lot of some regulations that we need, or for selling our products, or there are like fixed regulations that you need what to do or what to not to do, and also for the investments. Also, we don't have investment contracts, and that's why also some companies are opening branches in other countries.
Okay. So vibe and maybe regulatory support. Diana?
Can I add what is missing in Armenian market? Yeah, I think nowadays in Armenian market is missing like alternative investments. We need more family office, venture capital, and also angel investors because the market is booming. We need more local investments because we want that families also, we have family offices. We don't have any family offices registered in Armenia. We want more VCs, we want corporate venture funds. And that is why tomorrow we are going to have our a seminar about alternative investment. It's the first time that we are going to speak about it in Armenia. And government, central bank, they are doing their best, but now we need a business people, their feedback, how they are ready, the main challenges they can face, and how we can solve logistical, tax, what is the main challenges that we can have.
Do you have business angel network here?
Yeah, we have two type of business angels network, but it is not so sophisticated to compare in other countries. They are investing, but we want to have official registered family offices, corporate venture funds. That also key for the investment banking, I think. We need all that pillars to get where we want, really. We need that unicorn environment to create our unicorns. That is why we are doing it ourselves with government, with central bank support. And I want to invite you tomorrow to our event because it will be very important, your feedback. As an expert from Estonia, you can listen to be part of our also round table and get your feedback.
Thank you for the invitation. Emma and David, do you have anything to add? What's missing and how to fix that?
No, in order to have proper ecosystem, we have many things missing. But the good thing is that there is an understanding what we have, what we don't have, and there are corresponding steps, corresponding activities in order to fill out these gaps. Here it is very important that we are partnering with the business, because it's impossible for government to cover all aspects. We need business to collaborate with and to work with and to fill out all these gaps. And fortunately, we have good partnership with the business. Business is considering government as a good partner too, I hope. All together, we are doing all the best, our best, in order to have effective, this word is very important, effective ecosystem, because all our efforts should work efficiently in the direction of developing. I don't want to use creating, because we already have this ecosystem, but we need to improve. Here is the education. It's very important. As I said, we don't have, unfortunately, entrepreneurial, let's say, education in technology department in our universities. We are in the process of implementing that. We have gaps in some components of the access to finance part. We have gaps in incubation acceleration programs, and that's it in the global aspect.
Thank you, Emma. Emma, do you want to add something?
Of course I do. So I'm going to add some addition to everything that was said. I'm actually going to just make a list. Again, please make notes. What's missing? Mergers and acquisitions culture in the country. You cannot have so many small startups for being almost with no revenue for 2, 3, 4, 5 years and being very satisfied with the small grants here and there from Europe, from EBRD and others. You need to think about exits. Dear startup ecosystem, exit, sell, merge, and then move on. And then it will be perfect for you to say, I had exit, which means you know when to make a decision to exit. When if it's not growing, write it down, 10x. If you're not growing in 24 months, 10x, then you are doing something slow. You are not near to become a unicorn, forget it. You're not even near to have any shares for your people. And when you exit, it will be a closing the shop versus at least selling it. So what doesn't exist in Armenia? M&A, mergers and acquisitions culture. We did such a deep analysis. We actually have now the list of buyers and we have the list of sellers. So everybody who is here or everybody who is listening through the live stream, we are coming after you. We have you. We know who you are. We know who you don't. You shouldn't be standing there. Even today. Seriously, we have the list. I have it. I have the list. We know who is not performing, and the country needs you, your brain. It's actually sad. It's sad that such a smart guy sits on a, I'm going to just say it, on a stupid product that nobody wants to buy for 5 years or 7 years. Exit, sell it, close it, or be acquired. So we are coming after you. We are doing some matching. So that's one, mergers and acquisitions. Second, that Diana mentioned rightfully, there I'm just going to give that from a much higher level. Investment banking does not exist in Armenia. That is why VCs, big VCs, are not here. This is why family offices are not here. This is why venture capitals of Accentures and others are not here. Investment banking culture is actually very much associated with the M&A culture, which means you move fast, you grow. So those are two very, very fundamental cultural things that need to be fixed. Selling the company is a good thing. Exiting is a good thing. It's not a shame that you're selling your company. It's a big struggle to do that. Luckily, we have companies, so we need to think about that, and you think about that. Talk to your friends who are not doing well and say, you need to really close your shop or get acquired or do something. Another very important one is the exponential growth thinking mindset. Everybody thinks they have 5-7 years. You don't. Why? Because while you are doing your product for 3-4 years, the market already has moved on. They're not going to give you even a $10,000 check because they're going to see your competition is already ahead of the game. So please learn more about exponential technologies and use them. With that, your plans will be 10x better. If you are planning to be $5 million company in 3 years, close your shop today. You have to plan $500, $600 million. Why? Because that's what the market is outside. Again, think global from day one. I don't want to hear that, well, I'm in Armenia. No, you are in Armenia, but you are connected. 6 billion people are connected today. And if you target only 1 billion, you will become the unicorn. Thank you.
Thank you. To maybe wrap it up, we spoke a little bit what might be missing still. But let's say the dreams become true. Or let's say they will come true. The 10 unicorns, the 20 unicorns, they will become true. What do you think is going to happen to this wonderful country? What is the change in this kind of IT and startup industry mean for the whole country? How will the country look like? How will its people look like? Economy, social sphere. Maybe you have some ideas on this. Let's dream a little bit. What does it mean? Who wants to go first? Why not? What do you guys think? What will happen?
Like to leave.
Yeah, but what kind of face will the country have? There is one gentleman showing his fingers. I will give you my microphone.
The answer is actually very simple. It's 2 words: wealth and national security.
Good answer. Emma.
Yeah. Wealth, by the way, in Armenian has many meanings, but the one that I love, it's called bareketutun. It's not harastutun, it's bareketutun, which means the level of the living of you and your next generation. And generation after generation, we are building the wealth to create the well-being, the concept of a nation that is growing. I'm going to use this word over and over, exponentially. Why? Because we can. Smart nations do. And we are at that journey right now. So what will also change? Check digital Julfa network. Write it down. You all have phones. Digital Julfa network. We are standing up the new Julfa Armenian power of 300 years, managing, leading, governing, building 40 countries' economy from 1607 all the way through 1860, just before the genocide started. And why it happened? Because we were tremendous. We were $1 trillion rich nation, but we didn't sustain it because the advocacy was not there. So what will happen if this goes on? So Armenia will be the big nation as before. Check my LinkedIn of the map that I'm circulating, which is approved. Armen, you know that. It's approved by Armenian Bar Association, 2,000 lawyers that looked into it. It's an approved, it's not just my map. It could have been because I really got what I wanted. So that's the map that will be. So Armenia will grow. Armenia will grow with economy, with future, with generations, with money, and also lands. That's the future.
David?
As it is said, Armenia will become a big nation, great country, because of this young generation and this diaspora.
Yes. You're very lucky to have that, by the way.
I can see you're holding back to say awesome. Say it.
Amazing. Diana and Marina, what do you think will the country look like?
Maybe when we will have our unicorn after 5 years, Armenia will become, I believe, like a Switzerland. It's my dream. I don't know. I don't think we'll have the same power, the same position as Switzerland.
Marina.
I think Armenia will not be like another country because we are a very unique nation and we have all the power inside us. We have a lot of potential, but just we need to open up and to show the world who we are and to become one from maybe the most strong and amazing country in the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I truly believe that Estonia and Armenia are in this sense similar, that Estonia might be even poorer by natural resources. We only have trees. You have rare earth minerals in the ground and so on. So what we usually say is that we use our only natural resource we have, which is brains and humans. And we create smart economy and we create growth basically from nothing. It's like philosophy. Something valuable comes from people's heads. It's like arts and philosophy in a way that you can create something which will become valuable and drive this kind of growth. And I think that every country who understands that will be very well off, and its people. So thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for Mariam organizing this. Give them a big applause. This was a pleasure. So we're going to do the winners now, yes? Yes, excellent. So guys, there will be only one thing left, winners. Who is ready for winners? Woo! But before we go to winners, there is one slide I wanted to show you when the clicker starts to work. Yes. I say always, you're all winners. By the way, if you have seen this slide before, this is because of me. Because on the very first event, I went, because after being part of jury, I went, yeah, but there are some people who are going to get some more stuff than the others, like, let's say, $10,000 equity free. But at the same time, each of the teams who was standing here today, what you have to understand is that you have done an amazing job in the hackathon and also in the program later. Giving all the statistics on startups, most likely one of you actually is going to make it, hopefully more, maybe 3, maybe 4. But the main thing is that what you have gained is the attention to people like we had in the panel, like we had in the jury. You have gained and you have built something for yourself. And what you know is that you will have more knowledge, even if you fail right now, or in the future, to do something next and something next and something next and something next until you get to the golden nugget and build your own unicorn. So you have already won. Anybody in this room, in these teams, has already won. Give them and yourself a big applause. So, first we start with special surprises, and for this I will ask you on the stage. We will have in random order. The first one is a special prize. Liana. Liana, you should come on the stage. Please come on the stage because it's by Gradus Marketing Consultancy. So Liana, please come on the stage. Have a look who is going to win it and say something nice about them and then announce the winner. Yes, you should announce the winner if the microphone, yes, it's in. Yeah, okay. Just.
So hello everybody, and it's been a great pleasure to watch everyone and listen to all these great ideas. And the one that I really liked myself a lot is FBF.
Please come on the stage, FBF. Give them a big applause.
So the big mystery here is what you have won. Congratulations. Great idea. We're an agency that helps organizations grow. So we're going to sit and understand what we can do for you, for your company to grow faster.
Thank you. Who do we invite on stage in the name of David will come from Goris, yeah. Please come on the stage. I understand that you're going to give up 2 special prizes. Excellent. Please come here.
Hi everyone. I'm Anna and it's my colleague David. I want to thank all of you. It was a great pleasure to watch and listen to you, but we have 2 winners. So we want to give a chance. We want to give a marketing and branding strategy service to Handy Talk.
Woo! Handy Talk. Let's see the whole team. Pictures and applause, please. Thank you so much.
And the second prize, as an innovative marketing company, we are always searching for an idea that want to invest in, an idea that we think is good to invest in. So we didn't want to have 1 prize. So the second company is David.
MoodMap. MoodMap! Please come on the stage.
It's branding and marketing consulting.
Applause and photo. Excellent. Thank you so much. And we have one more special prize, which is Step Consultants and Sergey. Sergey will come on the stage. I need to give you a microphone as well. Let me give you this one here. I will switch it on.
Thank you.
Take this as well.
Ջերմ ողջույններս բոլորին, շատ շնորհակալ եմ ջերմ ընդունելության համար, ինչպես նաև լավ կազմակերպված միջոցառման համար։ Մենք կարող ենք եւս մեկ անգամ փաստել, որ այս միջոցառումը արդեն post-factum ստացված է։ Շնորհակալություն։ մենք մեր prize-ը որոշել ենք հանձնենք միանգամից 3 կազմակերպության եւ նաեւ թաքուն ասեմ, քանի որ բոլորն են հաղթող, ըստ էության մենք պատրաստում ենք խորհրդատվություն, legal եւ tax խորհրդատվություն տալ բոլոր կազմակերպություններին։ Շնորհակալություն։
Okay. MoodMap, Handy Talk, and OQNI. Oh, 3 teams. Excellent. 3 teams get consultancy for free. So 3 teams stand together and take a second to take a picture. Give them a big applause. Wonderful. I understand that having 3 teams getting a consultancy was a little bit of surprise. Very good. Pictures done? Yes, yes, no, yes, excellent. Thank you so much. Give them a big applause. Now, are we now down to the winner? Now we're down to the winner. So, now we dance. Who is going to give out the prize for the winner? You. Very good. Are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready to announce the So guys, should there be like a drum roll? Like, you know, like you do like this. Let's do drum roll. And the winner is?
So the main prize, the 10,000 equity-free cash is going to MoodMap. MoodMap!
Come on the stage. Give them a big applause. MoodMap! So how do you feel?
It really feels great, guys. What I like most about all this, that it really gives opportunity and belief to your own powers, so you can continue, work hard, and eventually you will reach to success, 100%. Just work hard. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Well done. Well done. You can leave the stage. Thank you so much. No, you can't leave the stage, obviously, because there are photos which need to be made. Should I photobomb that? Like going like this? No, done. Yes,
Yes, so hi everybody. Thank you, congratulations MoodMap. I would like to tell you that the votes have been counted based on the jury counts, and so yes, it's like a fair counting by the jury, and I'm very happy for MoodMap as they were like all formed during the hackathon. Actually, Gagi came to the hackathon with another idea, then he found like team members, and they became really good friends, and they created this idea. So congratulations MoodMap.
Thank you, Mariam.
And also we have another exclusive prize that was just like decided here by Emma Arakelian, and she would like to hand out the prize to one of the teams. So you can take your seats, and then Emma will announce what she decided to give out to one of the startups.
It's a group decision.
Okay.
Oh, wonderful. I love the dynamic, how things are changing on the fly.
Exponential growth, as I said.
Yes.
Okay, on behalf of the BAJ Accelerator, New York-based accelerator, as I mentioned, and the Orion Worldwide US and Armenia, that means Armin, myself, and Diana, would like to announce that we have May 23 remote, but our program happens in May 2023, and we have participation that we would like to offer. Invite with a scholarship, because it's not for free. With a scholarship, we want to invite sign language.
Thailand! Excellent. Come on the stage. What a wonderful, spontaneous prize for a young team, promising team.
Well done, guys. We love you.
Please make a photo together as well. Woo! Excellent. One more? Very good. Thank you so much. Are we done with the prizes? Are you sure? Is there any other prizes coming? Thank you, everybody. This was wonderful. I said, you're all winners. Now we should make a selfie. Let's do a selfie where, and I don't know how it is done because I usually don't do selfies at all. But somebody, Mariam, come on the stage and let's have people on the background and let's make a selfie here. Yes, let's do it like this. Everybody, can you wave in the behind? Woo! Wonderful. And now wine. Armenian wine. Excellent. Let's drink and party. This mic, oh, wonderful. Yes, there is something. All the winners, please contact this lady in blue pants for
like PVC photos, group photos, and something like that. Okay. And then network, please. Don't go home, just network because networking is awesome. Thank you.
I have the clicker. No, we're done.